night live stream. It's 2 a.m. in the morning. I can't believe any of you guys showed up at all. What are you guys doing? I guess it's the weekend. Some of you guys are up late. So you're probably wondering, hey, TCC, why are we starting so late? Well, really, it's because I spent my whole day hanging out with my wife and not getting any sleep at all. Because that's what happens. Because I try to spend my time with you guys. And then I also try to spend my time with my wife. And somebody has to eventually give me time to go to sleep. So it was you guys this time. Logan Paul's the GOAT. Oh yeah, did he do his thing? I think he did his thing, right? Oh man, it is the late night stream. It's so late. What's up, Adam Santa Lucia? Rolling DMNDs says, yeah, he did. He pulled 3 Charizards from the same box? Damn. 2 Charizards, 3 Chanseys, says John. Pokestonk's going way up. 2 Zards and 3 Chanseys. That's great. I'm glad to hear that his box break went well. He pulled 2 first edition Charizards. Yeah, that's an exceptionally valuable box. 2 Zards and a Blastoise. Whew. You know, that kind of inflates the number of Charizards out there. It makes you wonder, what's more valuable? The sealed box of first edition base set or the Charizards? Good question. The whole stream sucked. He kept touching the hollows. Oops. Got to be careful with those. Collectible Gurus was there? Oh, no. Pokemon 619 says, don't like that he acts like a kid when people around him are being serious. I mean, that's just what he does. I'm not going to question his style because his style seems to work. Collectible Gurus bought a pack and he got a Mewtwo. 2 Zards, 1 Blastoise, 1 Venusaur, and 3 Chansey and 1 Mewtwo. Wow. Collectibles Guru got roasted in the chat. Ha ha ha, we got him, boys. He pulled a Mewtwo. In 5 years, no more first edition boxes will be available. Yeah, for real. I wish I had one. I got other first edition boxes. It's scary to open them. Like we're opening, speaking of which, we got to add cheese to this list. So pack number 28 is sold. It's going to cheese. All right, she's got the special back alley deal. Wink. And then we have another one, Rob Wright. He is talking to me about doing maybe a payment plan on them because he'd like to be in a box break, but he's not wanting to drop $700. The thing with Mr. Rob Wright is he has a lot of PSA cards out with me, and I told him we can make an agreement where you do a payment plan. If you can't finish all the payments, I just confiscate the PSA cards. So I should write his name down. I feel like we're still talking about it. He wants to do it. I feel hesitant to do it. I think the reason I hesitate is because in the case where he's not able to pay out on the pack, I don't really want to confiscate his PSA cards, but I mean, like, if he's dead set on it, then I'll do it. So spot number 29 is probably taken, and that leaves these 6 spots, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spots. So we're getting closer to the end. Plus, eventually, I'm going to give out another pack, right? Maybe we'll give out the last pack for free. Ooh, that'd be cool. How'd my coin get here? I think my wife got the coin out. She was looking at it. She was helping me with some bulk. I'm selling the Bulk City is being sold off, by the way, by the chunk. You can get an ETB of Bulk City for $19. Okay, and most of that money just goes into shipping the actual ETB. So I'm not getting rich off you, I promise. But it's too much bulk. I don't really have a place to set it. I'm not going to sort it. You'll find a hollow in there every now and then. You'll find like a hollow, but you're not going to find many hollow rares. Those all go to the people who ordered the cards now. So I'm real particular about making sure people get their hollow rares. But yeah, Bulk City's got to go. It's too big, man. Those vintage or modern? What? Cards? Those are all modern. You'll find occasionally a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll mostly find Pokemon, overwhelmingly, like 99%. Some of it will be Japanese. Like, actually, you can see it's really mixed. Like, that's really a lot of English in a row. But that over there is a lot of Japanese in a row. My wife puts the ETBs together. I told her never put too much Japanese into a single ETB because I don't know how much people like the Japanese cards. So I'm trying to get rid of some of that. We got these beautiful babies. Did you guys see me open up? How many did I open up? 18 on Tiki Talkie? Man, I didn't even see if people looked at those videos. Sometimes my openings, you know, they do well. Sometimes they don't. I was surprised to see some Yugi openings did well. But Shining Fates, I bet I'm competing with like literally every one of their grandma for views on something like that. And we got Shining Fates. It's real expensive, guys. So hear me out. You can get Shining Fates cheaper elsewhere. My price is pretty high, but here I am, open very late at night. I'm like that convenience store where you pay a little extra for your candy bar, okay? Consider it a donation to me if you buy Shining Fates. I have very little of it left. That's actually true. I have very little of it left. But that's going to change as more shipments come in, hopefully very soon. I should have more. So we'll see if they sell out tonight, maybe, maybe not. And we have plenty of everything else. So have fun with that. I don't know if you guys are planning to open up cards with me or not. We could just sit around and talk if you want. Sit around and talk, and I'll enjoy my weekend. Dude, it's a marathon opening all these cards. Did you guys see this? I put this up for sale. It is a first edition Expedition Tyranitar Japanese, and he's going for $600. I simply matched the cheapest price. Don't forget, if you ever see a card that you really like with me, you're always welcome to reach out and make a trade. If the trade is going to be like, let's say you got a bunch of PSA 9s, be generous with the trade if it's just going to be 9s. If it's 10s, I will trade you pretty close to price. We'll see. So there we go. And yeah, so feel free to talk to me about that. I made a trade for one of my Burning Shadow 10 Charizards to a guy who sold me like, it was like 4 Charizard 9s. And I was like, yeah, that's good enough. So you never know. Sometimes if there's something outside of your price range, but you got a lot of PSA cards laying around that you've decided you don't want as much as you thought you did, you can always try to make a trade with me. Are the fossil Pokemon worth buying? Yeah, they're all worth buying in my opinion. All that vintage stuff. I love vintage. Okay, I got fresh sleeves. I don't have a drink, so I'm probably going to stop and get a drink pretty soon. I should have started earlier. Actually, I've been sitting in this chair for like a half hour already, but I was busy listening to Mary's Japanese weeb music, so I just couldn't help myself because it's so good. I'm teasing. Mister, do you think Logan Paul NFT will go up or down in price? Non-fungible token or whatever, fungible? I have no idea. I'm probably never going to buy one of those. Why would you buy that when you could just buy like Bitcoin, literally? It makes absolutely 0 sense to buy that to me. Maybe people are like, maybe they think it will go up in price, but the more I think about these kind of products, the more like I feel they're just a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme, whatever the right term is. You just hope that the people beneath you buy in too, and then you're going to dump it. You're going to, pump and dump. Maybe I'll sell them. Who knows? It's so goofy. All of it's so weird. There's no rules on the internet, it feels like sometimes. And it is a sharks in the water crazy fest. I don't know. The Shining Legends PSA 10 Arceus is being bought out. There are only 2 on eBay for 1.2K now. Very cool, man. Is that because of the new Arceus game? Maybe that's because of the new Arceus game, giving it a little more attention. When will you make a custom card, says Charmando? That's a great question. I should hire an artist to make me a custom card or something. Tyrell says, the box break was funny. Virtually every person was some sort of cryptocurrency company. What? Mister, I was watching one of your older videos and noticed you had a pair of black scissors. Now you have white ones. What's wrong with black scissors? I never had black scissors. What are you talking about? Are you talking about this? Where the blade on it's like a black color? I don't own black scissors. I have no idea what you're talking about. All right, let me go ahead and open up my PayPal. We're going to see if people want to... Oh, it's raining outside. All right, guys, it appears to be raining real hard. So, just fair warning, the internet could cut out. That's what happens, right, when it rains real hard? I'm seeing some big thunder. All right. Mr. Alex appears to have ordered a long time ago, hey, can I get 1 pack of Vivid Voltage and I need a new bag? All right, Alex Kwan. Mr. Alex. Alex says, I heard that. The rich get richer, preying on the poor, trying to make a buck. Yeah, I mean, it's always easy to feel salty about wealthy people, in my opinion. I try not to do that. I feel like that's a poor man's mindset to get mad at wealthy people. Your job isn't to get mad at them. Your job is to be like, how do I get into that position? Because people who earn a lot of money, they spend a lot of time thinking about how can I add value to other people's lives? How can I serve a lot of people and fix a lot of problems? And then therefore, how do I end up earning a lot of money because I'm so useful to society and to other people. So, and that includes entertaining, by the way. But that's the right mindset for getting wealthier in life. If you're just going to sit back and be angry at people who found ways to get rich, you're never going to get rich because you're too busy being angry at them. You know what I mean? It's like you're hating on success maybe a little bit. You know, you want to get really, I know some people get really upset about the top fraction of the 1% who are like the Walmart family. I think I understand that a lot more. It's because the Walmart family, they're so insanely wealthy. It's like shocking. And it's definitely a future thing, isn't it? Having to look at people with that much money. If you got rid of them, then there'd be some other guy who's the 1% now. So I don't know. It's one of those philosophical things almost. How wealthy is too wealthy? All right, Mr. Alex. He said he needed a new bag. The wealthy get wealthier. That is a true thing, though. That is a true thing. But you got to study them. You got to study them and ask yourself, how are they getting so wealthy? And how can I do that myself? That's what you got to ask. The Walmart family gets really wealthy because everyone shops at Walmart. And if you don't want them to get wealthy, you and everyone else could just choose not to shop there anymore, and bam, they'd go out of business. Alex would go in the A box. It's the same with Amazon. Everyone gets mad at Jeff Bezos. Okay, well then stop buying things on Amazon. If we all just decided to do that, which we're totally capable of, that's a funny thing. As a society, we're totally capable of not shopping at Amazon, but we all do. So he's doing fine. People like his business. Next up, we have Kimberly Deasy. Can I please get 3 custom packs and 2 Vivid Voltage? You got it. For Miss Kimberly, 2 Vivid and 3 customs. Can you price an Aquapolis Tyranitar if you have one, says Jack. Jack, I actually do have one. That's the interesting thing, but I don't think I would sell mine. So I would only sell mine over the cost of the market one. What you could do with me is maybe you could make a generous trade with me where you don't have the cash to buy them, but you have maybe other PSA cards to trade, and then I would go out and buy a second one. Here it goes. Pack number 1. Oh, what is this? A holographic Hitmonlee from the Fossil Collection. Okay. Pack number 2. Oh, what's this? Sceptile, Tentacool, Alakazam, Zacian, Vintage, Base Set Energy, Sudowoodo, Mortal. Okay. And what about pack number 3? Pack number 3 is a simple Topps Kakuna. Tonight is the fridge reveal, right? You want? Actually, I went shopping today. I went shopping for food today. So that was one of the chores I got done. And so I should show you my fridge reveal. How do I feel about Sky Ridge? Such a great set. I really, really, really like the old Pokemon sets. They're all beautiful. We've got Metagross Colossal. Mister, get an energy drink. I don't think I need an energy drink. Wish I could see that giant box of empty booster packs. Toaster Strudel. All right, guys, can we get to 100 likes and I'll do the fridge reveal right now? And then everyone else who didn't stay up all night won't get to see it. Get me to 100 likes. I'll go do fridge reveal for you guys. My treat. My pokey treat. It's lucky little shits. Space Knight says, there is a company in Texas called Heeb that is Walmart's biggest competition. They actually caused Walmart to get shut down in Texas. Yeah, we got some pretty competitive grocery chains here in Missouri. Some family-owned grocery chains. The Dierbergs family and the Schnucks family. This is both German names. It's funny because here in Missouri, a lot of Germans and Irish people all migrated here to Missouri. And in fact, I'm German-Irish. So German-Irish and a little bit of Filipino from Grandma. Damn, that's where I get my sexy looks from, is Filipino Grandma. She's so sexy. A little old now, though. It's been a while. I remember Grandma when I was younger. I was like, Grandma. Kimberly Deasy. Does she need a new bag? I already have a bag under Jose Ponce. All right, Jose Ponce. That's a pretty good round. And he's going to be up top, I believe. I think Kimberly was giving Jose Ponce a little gift. Joseph, John, Joshua. Here we go, Jose Ponce. Whoa, that makes this bag way larger. So let me add this on top, Kimberly. For $2, you can get this live shipped, okay? So you can have me send it home to him. Next up, we have Cheese, who ordered the Gym Heroes pack. Once again, I want to point out we got 2 packs sold. I didn't write the other one down, but I believe Rob Wright will take this spot here based on a conversation, which leaves just a few more packs. We're getting closer to the end. We're getting ever so close. It's taking a while, but that's okay. I thought I saw like a $20 bill in my box. Mr. John Ailman wants 2 shiny stars. Shiny stars. Shiny stars. Mister, I stayed up waiting for you to go live. Wow, thanks, Richmond. That's crazy. We'll probably have a much smaller audience because of how late I started. Really, I used to go live every night at 12 a.m. Lately, I've been going live at 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. Tonight is 2 a.m. It's getting later and later. It's really bad. We'll probably only go live for 2 hours tonight. I don't know what to do about it, man. My sleep schedule is all janked up. Boltund and Drizzle is all janked up. Where's my biting bugs? I know, right? Venusaur. Like or Kamala Harris will take all your Pokemon. Oh, man. Ditto. Can we get a lunch stream tomorrow, please? Well, probably not, because I'll be spending my entire day with my wife tomorrow. It's her weekend, too. She takes 2 days off. And, you know, if you don't spend any time with the person that you're living with, it can get pretty crusty. You can get kind of like distant from each other, so we have to spend time together. We have to. John Illman. What can I say? Who am I married to? The Pokey audience or my wife? She gonna get mad. I'll be in the doghouse, guys. You don't want me in the doghouse. John, Jordan, Joseph, Josh. Did we put you in the overflow yet? I feel like it was time for you to go into the overflow. Here he is, John Ailman. Mister, I'll spend time with you. Okay. We can buy your better poon something. That's very true. You're married to the cards. I mean, let's be real here. If I was single, I would be. I mean, you would see my work. You would see my work double, basically, if I was single. I would go all out. It would be crazy. Mr. Theo Lang returns. He says, Mister, hope you got more sleep tomorrow. Please, could I get 10 vivid voltage? 10 of them? Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a lot of vivid. Hope those last 2 packs didn't have the vivid Pipichu in it. You ready? We're at 85 likes. We need 100 to do fridge reveal, okay? And then we'll talk about my diet. We'll be like, this is what I eat. Sneep. Every king needs another king. Cardconomist, I'm sure if you were single, your farts would smell like a fresh pack. That's right. What? No clue what you're talking about. Naws on some cards here and there. Vivid Voltage, pack number 1. Shop it, Zekrom. Number 2. Diet Reveal. Vaporeon Talonflame. Look at that, we have a Talonflame. Oh, Zacian. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing rarization. All right. I went to the mall today and they had the Shining Fates ETB for $250. Nah, that ain't right. How's the stream going? Pretty well. We got Talo. $250. Van P. Dynamo. Genesect Kimiko. Duskull, nice. Zarude, full art. We have not ran into this. I think this is our first time picking up this card, and we've been opening Vivid Voltage for a while. Okay, and then Coding Energy, beautiful. So the pull rate was about what you'd expect it to be. That's pretty standard. And that's to Mr. Theo. Theo, I know you want to donate all these hollows. Let me sleeve them up. I might start a program where you guys can get a free pre-grade if you give up your hollows. Not really free in that case. It's a trade, isn't it? Theo, I think you need a new back, right? Yes, you do. Mister, we've discussed pull rate. Rev did 221 packs today and didn't pull Charizard or Skyla. Really? Wow, we must be getting crazy lucky over here. He pulled 221 and didn't get any Charizard or Skyla. Holy moly, man. That doesn't even seem right. That almost seems artificial. I don't think I could open 221 of any set and not eventually pull a Charizard. I wonder how he's getting his packs. Could he be getting searched packs? He's searching the packs. I'm just messing with you guys. I don't actually know. Maybe he just got really unlucky. 221 and not a single Charizard. We've pulled like 4 Charizards now in a very short number of Charizards. A very short number of packs. 4 of them. And we pulled like 3 Skyless. Wow. Pretty incredible. Well, I can see we're nearly at 100 likes. Let's jump over to the fridge and we'll have fridge reveal now. All right. Here's a little kitty over here. She's looking up at me. We got all this mail. Boxes. All right. You guys want to see fridge reveal? What do we got? That's a full fridge. We just shopped. That's why it's so full. But you can see a ton of eggs, salad. That's some turkey and pork chops. Milk, of course. There's my drink. Hot dogs. You guys didn't know this. My wife loves hot dogs. She likes the glizzy. We had Japanese takeout tonight. We had like sushi. You can't see it. That's the sushi. There's tofu. Yogurt. Hummus. Nothing too unusual, actually. Yeah, nothing too wild. There you go. And nothing real crazy in the fridge either. There's some sweet peas. Wow. This is where my real meal is, though. You can see I've been stocking back up on these because I was... Oh, phone's gonna die, man. Stocking back up on these. I was low on these. Whew. Where are the pineapple? There you go. Got all my sardines. Oh, this is a long play of Zelda. I should have grabbed a drink. I'm so dumb. The real one's in the mansion. Nothing too crazy. Meat, vegetables. Lots of meat and vegetables, actually. And that's about it. Is that a bulk pile to the right? Yes, that's Bulk City, and like the whole front of the Bulk City has been cleaned up, so it's missing like hundreds and hundreds of carts. Maybe a 9.5 fridge. How's a fridge supposed to look? You guys all just put food in your fridge, right? Smoked clams and oysters are good too. Yeah, they're okay. I don't like them as much as sardines. I think the sardines are the best, so I just have a bunch of sardines. Actually, I had some jalapeno tuna. A packet my wife got for herself. She couldn't eat it. She's like, I can't stand fish. I'm like, okay, I'll eat it. Why'd you buy it? Was expecting body parts. Imagine if I'd done that. I took like a big jar, filled it with water, and then took like a picture of a man's face and put it in there so it did like that. You know, there's like an effect you get on the image so that it actually looks like there's a real head in the jar. It's an old trick. I'd be like, this is the man's head. The fridge has some rough corners. I'm not going to lie. What? Fish stinks like fish. How many likes for the bedroom reveal? Oh, you guys want me to walk in on my wife? Oh, I don't know, man. I'd get beat up for that, guy. She'd be really upset. She'd be like, you've invaded my privacy. No, that's not fair, guys. That's not fair. I couldn't do that to her. I'd hate it if she did something like that to me. We need to have a serious talk. So I'm not going to do that to her. She's in there sleeping. Bathroom reveal. You don't want to see our bathroom. It's tiny, dude. We got a tiny, tiny, tiny bathroom. You can barely walk in there. All right, let's see. We got a tiny, uncomfortable bathroom. We hate it, actually. We both hate it. Brian Locke. Brian Locke says, I have a bag. 2-week packs and live shipping. Thank you. All right, Mr. Brian Locke. Pack number 1 is around vintage. Pack number 2 is Doug Trio. We did it. I'm sorry, mister. These are some cold packs. Any Dark Hypnos for sale? I don't really have any Dark Hypnos for sale. Any graded Copperajahs for sale? No, I'm afraid I don't have any graded Copperajahs either. I had one. Gone now. How big is the shower? It's tiny. It's a tiny, tiny shower. Okay, so this is for Mr. Brian Locke, who also ordered live shipping. So you think you'd be a wise guy and just order live shipping, huh? Mr. is a bath guy anyways. Nah, I like showers. Maybe if I had a big, beautiful, comfortable bath. In that bathroom, you just want to shower and get out. You know what they say about bigger showers? What? What do they say about bigger showers? Do I have any cards I can... Huh, guess I'm giving away some good cards here. Ceiling reveal. How many likes to see Wick full art? Mommy Milkers. Yeah, Wick's put away in the modern box. More room to cheat on your wife. We were listening to music, best of the 2000s today. My wife and I were going through that playlist on YouTube. And the Shaggy It Wasn't Me song came on. One of my favorites. It wasn't me. Do-do-do-do-do-do. It wasn't me. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. She was giving me the stink eye. It's such a funny song. I love it. I was like, you have to understand, it's just a joke. All right. Enough of that. Let's get this label printed. Man, I gotta be honest. The music in the 2000s was just not that good. We've been listening to a lot of music for each like generation, each decade maybe, 90s, 2000s. We haven't done 2010s yet, but we were listening to the 2000s and we're like, wow, what is this music for beta males? We couldn't figure it out. It was so bad. And the best music we've heard so far was the music from the 80s. 80s music was something else, man. We even looked it up. We're like, why is 80s music so good? And it's like they had all these crazy, really good artists, all these amazing rock bands that all kind of disappeared, and they really rocked out. And you had Michael Jackson, you had Prince, you had Queen, you had these just incredible artists. And we were reading about how in the 80s, music was taking all these brand new, innovative directions that had really not been tried that well before. Like they were doing all kinds of new computer sounds and all kinds of stuff was emerging in the 80s. And so there was just so much great music back then, and it was all experimental. You had Pink Floyd. You had so much. And then by the time you reach the 2000s, you just basically have one genre mostly. It's like alternative rock and hip-hop slash rap. It's like starting to change to what we have today. And it's not that much variety, I guess. So we were listening to that. We were listening to another decade of music, the 2000s, and we were starting to cringe. I'm not gonna lie. We were like, wow, it's all the same stuff. The 2000s had Nickelback in it. That's pretty good, right? Cringe. Sorry for all you Nickelback fans. Look at this photograph. Oh my God. I don't know about that Nickelback. Maybe I'm just mean or something. I think 80s had it, man. You had so many exceptional artists in the 80s. I mean, Michael Jackson alone, all by himself. All by himself. Who's the Michael Jackson of today? Does that even exist? I don't think it exists. Green Day. Yeah, Green Day, they were mostly in the, weren't they mostly in the 90s, though? We did run into Green Day in the 90s. They might have been in the 2000s as well. Green Day, they would have been under a genre of kind of like punk rock, maybe, or alternative rock. They're all right. I like Green Day. But a lot of the stuff actually they all kind of sound like each other. That's what's interesting. When you hit the 80s, there's like this huge divergence of different sounds. But when you get to like... Okay, it starts in the 90s, but it definitely progresses in the 2000s. It's just all the same. So you had Green Day, but you also had probably like a whole bunch of other artists that sounded just like Green Day. You know what I mean? All right. Let's keep moving, kitty. That was Brian Locke. Now we have Mr. Adam Mundorf. One Vivid, I have a bag. All right. Green Day didn't put out any good records in the 2000s. Their great albums were in the 90s. Yes. I think I have to agree with that, because their later stuff I wasn't as big a fan of. Blink-182 is the best. Yeah, Blink-182 would have been kind of the same genre as Green Day. So there was a lot of, here's one of the things my wife and I realized while we were watching. You guys ready for this? One of the things we realized is we look at the music that you grew up with, you kind of have a bias for it. You kind of say, this is better than all the other music. But you begin to realize when you start to compare amongst the different generations, you begin to realize your bias is just that you grew up listening to it. So it has familiarity to you. But when you give sort of a critical judgment of it, you go, wow, this isn't actually that smart. It's not that amazing. Maybe the talent's not that good. You start to realize that a little bit. You're like, what are they doing that's different from anyone else? Not much. How about their vocal range? How about their lyrics? How about the catchiness? Ooh, is this catchy? That's kind of plain. And you start to realize that your music's not as good as you thought it was when you were a child. You're like, wow, this was so good when I'm a child. Now it's kind of like, eh. This is what you had to listen to because that was all that was out. All right, Mr. Adam Mundorf. Let's find his bag. Sorry, I'm getting into the subject so much. It's a fun topic, music for sure. But yeah, so what really stood out was definitely the 80s. The 80s, the 70s and the 80s also had, who was another amazing artist in the 80s? By the way, Nine Inch Nails started in the 80s. That's when he begins, in the late 80s. But they also have, oh shoot, what's his name? He made the song Ground Control. That was the name of his song. Why am I forgetting his name? He's a British artist. I shouldn't even be, Ziggy Stardust. What was his name? Guns N' Roses, that's right. They were in the 80s. David Bowie. How do you forget David Bowie's name? But my brain wouldn't recall it. So anyways, yeah, the 80s had David Bowie as well. Just another absolutely insanely good rock star or musician, you should say, that began Radiohead began in the 80s. That's another one. So Creep, I believe, did Creep come out in the 80s or the 90s? Let me double check. Because I remember in the 80s playlist, you had Radiohead. When did Radiohead start? 1985, Radiohead. So Radiohead begins in the 80s. All these exceptional artists kind of spring up. And I don't really feel like we get that anymore. I feel like the artists we have now are just okay. They're like overproduced or something. Eric Guzman wants 3 wig packs and 1 cosmic. You got it, Eric. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were in the 90s, I believe. Red Hot Chili Peppers are in the 90s. Okay, here we go. 3 packs of wigged. Have you been banging it out to hairbands? Yes. That was another thing. My wife and I noticed there were all these fantastic hairbands. And they're pretty good, some of them, right? They sound great. Banana Random. Vigavolt. Nobody going to say Queen? Well, I already mentioned Queen. Yeah, so Michael Jackson, Queen, Prince comes out. If you go back a little earlier, you have guys like Led Zeppelin. You have all these exceptional rock bands come out in the 70s as well. And they're still playing in the 80s, right? All right, pack number 3. Oh, that's a hit. 18 Crimson. Will you look at that? What do you think of that, little kitty? And yeah, so it's interesting. What we've been doing, my wife and I, we've been sitting down together because we don't know what to watch on TV. It's hard to enjoy TV sometimes. We don't really relate to all the content out there. What you had like The Police? Remember The Police? You had yeah, there were just so many exceptional musicians in the 80s. And it really, by the time you reach the 2010s, you have like Fergie from Black Eyed Peas. You got, Gwen Stefani still doing her thing. You get all these, I guess you get all these hip hop girls. You had the hip hop boys too. You had like Justin Timberlake comes out, and you see the rise of hip hop basically in the 2000s. But when you start to listen to it in a row, when you get them into a playlist and you start playing them back to back, they don't really stand out from each other too well. You're just like, wow, it's just another hip-hop song. Although I have to say, still love Nelly's Hot in Here, by the way. Nelly definitely was the best song I heard. Hot in Here. I listened to it. It reminded me of Sir whatever a lot. What's his name? Sir Bust-a-Lot. What's his name? The Big Butt song reminds me of that. Very iconic. Hot in Here was still really good. Same with Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back. Some artists really did stand out for having maybe the best hip-hop. Mix-a-Lot, thank you. Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot. I can never remember these guys' names. I'm terrible, by the way, at remembering names. So Nelly Furtado's Hot in Here was still really good when we watched it. I was like, why is this so funny? Sneap. Sir Bust-a-Lot. Sir Bust-a-Lot? This guy said Sir Mix-a-Lot. Is Sir Bust-a-Lot? There you go. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing about the 80s. So in the 80s, you had kind of like the emergence of a lot of hip-hop style in the 80s, which is something you kind of underappreciate, and it develops into the 90s. And then really by the time you reach around the 2000s, that's almost all you have. You have like, again, you've got some pop rock, you got some punk rock, some alternative rock, the old metal rock and hard rock, or all that cool stuff from the past, like the 80s, this is all dying off real fast. Now you got like Britney Spears and all this. And I didn't like it. I was like, that's not as good. And let me rephrase that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, that's all they had. That's all anyone wanted, I guess, in the 2000s. Yeah, Slayer, Metallica, those were from the 80s period as well. So you have all these really exceptional artists coming out in the 80s, and then they just kind of go away. They kind of start to go away. And I'm scared because the next thing we're going to do is look at the 2010s, and I feel like it's just going to be more of the same. Actually, I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to get really bad in the 2010s. We've got Como O. Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins came out in the 90s, I believe. Actually, he might have started in the late 80s. I could be wrong about that. Minchino, Guzzlord. Mister, did you see Logan's Paul break? No, I haven't seen it. I probably won't watch it. I haven't watched the first one. Slipknot. I remember Slipknot. There were bands like Slipknot and Avenged Sevenfold, and Marilyn Manson and Nine Inch Nails were still popular around that time. There were more. I can't remember the names of them all. We've got Hakamo O. Savage Garden. Were they called Savage Garden? I thought they were called something else. They had one of their songs was in a motorcycle game I played on the PlayStation with my cousins. REM. Wasn't a big fan of REM. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Alone Executor Full Art. So you've got one GX, one Alone Executor. Orangaroo Melodic. Tarzan, that's Phil Collins. And Phil Collins would have been the 80s. Once again, Phil Collins, another exceptional musician, and he was out in the 80s. I think he's a conservative. I think I read that once. Mister, listen to Dance Gavin Dance. You know the Melvins? Definitely recognize the name, the Melvins. One thing that's true about me, I don't do very well with artist names. I always listen to everything on the radio, so I didn't ever remember anyone's name. Footloose. Footloose was... Oh, here we go. Look at that. That's a great pull. The reverse hollow Chubby Cheeks Pikachu. Look at him. Very cute. We also have a Gyarados GX. Much better. Mozart was a great era. I was a big fan of classical music when I was a kid. Toto Africa. That's right. Africa was pretty popular. Shelmet. So all these really catchy, very memorable songs are breaking out in the 80s. And they're so good that you could still listen to them today and be like, yep, that's great music. But when we were going through the greatest hits of the 2000s, one of the things we noticed is like, I don't care if I listen to this ever again. It sounds so plain. It sounds so much like everyone else's music. All right. Mister, who do you think is going to win? Godzilla's going to win. Elton John. That's right. Elton John actually starts in the 70s, I believe. He's got some old stuff. Shelmet and Hakamo. Oh, yeah, some of these artists are really old. Cyndi Lauper's in the 80s. Cyndi Lauper's True Colors, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I think she had like a third big hit. And Madonna, really, she has a lot of hits in the 80s as well. Remember Madonna? So this is for Eric Guzman. Let me go find his bag. I'm very distracted right now. We're having a fun conversation. Wow, that's a lot of holo cards. Holy, someone got the Master Ball? I know Rand did. Does anyone else have the Master Ball by now? Eric Guzman, you can get $2 live shipping. I'm going to put you in the overflow now, Eric. Next up, we have Jansen McNeil, who says, Happy Sunday, 1 wig pack. For Mr. Jansen, you got it, Jansen. God King Lunar's got the Master Ball. Sweet. You know what? I think a bunch of guys are going to get the Master Ball over the next few days. You said the Police came out with the record in the 80s. Whitney Houston was singing in the 80s. What is he asking? He's asking about the Police. In terms of the Call of Duty community, who is better, FaZe or Optic? Oh, definitely FaZe. I have no idea what you're talking about. Rillaboom versus Tyranitar, the movie. The Police. That's the name of a band. Go look them up. Actually, I believe they made a song that people wanted to have canceled or whatever because it's too, like, stalker creepy. I'm Jensen. I forgot to mention I need a new bag. Oh, thank you, Jensen. Saving me a little time there. Favorite Call of Duty of all time? Man, I don't know. I don't play Call of Duty. Roxanne, where's my free Charizard? I'll be watching you. I think that's the song that people want to get. They're like, he's a stalker. This is toxic masculinity. Oh, God. Sorry. It makes me sad that we're that way. It's like, no wonder people aren't having any good relationships anymore. Any step you take. That's right. I'll be watching you. Just like that. Mister, did you see Logan Paul pulled 2 Charizards? I did see that. Van Halen? Yeah. Did he start in the 70s or the 80s? All right, we're refreshing. After Jansen, we have Kick Cart. He says 2 Shining Legends. You got it. 2 Shining Legends. Pink Floyd. I think I already mentioned Pink Floyd. Extra 5 doll hairs because you the man. Oh, thanks, Kick Cart. "1984, Red Hot Chili Peppers debuted their album." Oh, so Red Hot Chili Peppers is actually from the 80s is what you're saying. Huh. Man, another great artist that came from the 80s. AC/DC, yeah, they're huge. So AC/DC, along with many other major rock bands, began in the 70s or the 80s. Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses. There was an artist who started in the 70s, Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. She went on to make so much good music. Wild hit after wild hit. Fleetwood Mac. And she's just another great artist from the past. And again, her music stands out for almost sounding very distinct from everyone else's music. When you listen to Fleetwood Mac today, still sounds good. You got all these artists from the 2000s. Well, it's just all the same crap, isn't it? It's just all the same hip-hop music. Nobody sounds distinct from each other. They all just sound kind of the same. Boop. All right, mister. No crazy hits this time. Darn it, where's that Shining Arceus? We got Zekrom, though. Ooh. We got Reverse Hollow Energy. What's up, man? In the break room at Target on lunch, just here to say what's up. How's it going? Bro, I love the Kiss movie. Oh, yeah. Kiss, I think they started in the 70s. By the way, that's what the Galarian Obstagoon is based off of. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield Galarian Obstagoon is based off of, I believe, Gene Simmons from the band Kiss. Would you rather catch you with drugs? I think Batman or Kamala Harris? Oh, definitely Batman. Rather take a punch to the face. Okay, Mr. Kickcart. Batman will treat me fair by just punching me in the face. Kickcart. 70s are greater than the 80s. Well, I would say they kind of go hand in hand. I would say they kind of go hand in hand. There's still a lot of changes taking place in the 70s. 70s had disco, right? And disco kind of disappears by the time the 80s come around. But yeah, you know, a lot. It's funny because you got apps like TikTok bringing back a lot of that 70s disco. Have you heard of Midnight Oil? Kind of obscure. Let's see who's next. Bryce Brown. He says, "What's up, boss? One custom pack. One custom pack for Mr. Bryce Brown." Oop. You got Beedrill Tops. All right. Would you rather get beat up by Batman or listen to Camel 11? Oh, man. I think I'd still have to go with being beaten up by Batman. Take a punch to the face. I don't know, man. She's got that crazy laugh. Mr. Bryce Brown. Technically, it would feel less painful to be punched than listen to that. So, I mean, let's be real. I'm being mean. Callum Christian. Oh. How does she laugh? How do you even copy it? It's so fake. It reminds me of the Hillary Clinton laugh. It's such a fake laugh. Carlos, Brian, Billy. I'm so relatable now. FBI, open up. Do you need a new bag? Bryce Brown. Mr. Bryce. I think Bryce needs a new bag. How am I opening these packs still? It's like I'm on autopilot while we have a conversation. Chadwick, Cameron, Charlie, Bradley, Baron, Claude, Chris, Carlos, Brian, Billy Baumgartner, Brian Eckstein. I know there's nothing past this point. Bryce Brown, you're not up top or something, are you? Let's check up top for Bryce Brown. I don't feel like I shipped Bryce Brown. Akudesu. Who the heck is Akudesu, man? Christian Metal, Bishop, Coach, Carlos, BR. Let's try the other box. Oops. Speaking in Texas, it's quite sad now at this point. Man. What was his blunder? What did he say? All right, let's get him a new bag because I'm not seeing him. I'll just check one more time. Chris, yeah, we're getting him a new bag. New bag, no problem. I'll message Akudesu. Tell him that he's got a large bag over here and he needs to request getting it shipped. Tell him if he wants to donate it, that I'll happily accept the donation. Bryce Brown. I almost had it here. Sweet. He just messed up people's names, forgot what he was saying, and said, "What am I doing here?" Oops. Mister, can I see Misty's favor? I'm in need of a chub. Okay. There she is. With a lot of cat hair. Oh my God, it's Misty's flavor. First ever trip to America at the end of the year. We're off to Florida, COVID dependent. Is there anything you can recommend we visit to see? Oh, okay, you're going to America? What is there to do in America? I mean, if you're going to Florida, you're going to the beach. That's what you're going for. Florida has a nice beach, depending on where you go. And don't get shot. Man, we went on my wife and I went on a spring break to Florida together, even though we were very poor in school. We worked it out. We had a few $100s for the cheapest hotel of your life. And it was in this back alley. And there was only like 3 rooms that worked. It was so creepy. We thought we were going to get mugged the whole time we were there. And the whole trip cost us it was like $300 because the motel cost essentially nothing. And we were just in this really janky part of Florida. There was no spring breakers there. It was just us. And we drove there. We drove there ourselves and drove back. But it was still a really nice time. And we were still able to go out to the beach, except the water, because where we chose was not as warm as like Miami or anything like that. The water was like too cold for my wife, and it was still pretty cold for me even. But yeah, it was pretty chilly. Go to Disney World. That's right. Hit up Disney World. Las Tigres del Norte. What? What are you talking about? Where's that? I've never heard of that place. Disney World got abandoned, I think, because of the hurricane in Florida. I want to be locked in a box and for Misty to fart and close the lid. Hey, mister, how do you order that, Misty? Get me that Pokemon. But, sir, that's just a Misty card. Get me that Pokemon. So this is my very, very, very last Misty. I thought I'd sold the last one yesterday, but this is essentially the very, very, very last one. And we'll put her up for auction, $2. Let's see who's next. After Bryce, we have Mr. Marvin Leon, 1 Cosmic, 1 Vivid, 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! So here's 1 Vivid, 1 Cosmic, and 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! He doesn't define which Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I'm assuming he means this Yu-Gi-Oh! All right. FBI, open up. When you opening your base set box? You want me to open it? All right, I'm opening base set. Sneep. Cosmic is my favorite set, says Scuba Moto. Can I buy another one, mister? What, are the Misties? Boop. Snorlax, if you want to buy that Misty, I will sell you that Misty. And no one else. We've got Vivid Voltage. Come on, Vivid Voltage. Is Sableye. I'm sorry. And Yugi Max Gold. So this could be Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? You got Parlor Dragon Maid. And Super Polymerization. It almost seems like these two cards go together, don't they? It almost seems that way. Boop. And boop. Do you still have a sealed Japanese? A sealed what? Sealed Japanese base set box. I do. Vaulted away. Really lovely. Snorlax says, how much? 20. Sure, let's do 20. This is for Marvin. Marvin Leon. All right. I want the Misty. All good. Super impregnation. So you like Gen 4 meat. How many cats do I have? 3. I've got 3 pussy cats in my house. Mister, I'll give you 25. Hi, mod person. All the mods hanging out. Whoa. Ooh. Snorlax getting a good deal on that card. Oni-chan. Maybe we should price up some more PSA cards. You guys think we should price up some more PSA cards? I think we should. Bring his off. He's single boy. Oh my god. I don't have any more cheap PSA cards. They're all sold. I only have expensive PSA cards now. But let's see. I'm just going to grab a few. This says 400 and 700. Let's see if those prices are still accurate. We'll start there. So that's the Koga Ninja Trick, right? Koga's... Let's just call it Ninja Trick. Ninja Trick. Oh, that's the English version. I was like, why is that so cheap? All right, so the cheapest Ninja Trick is $400, and it's the only one. It appears to be the only one, because the other one on the market is the non-corrected one, the banned one, and they want $2,000 for that. Holy. So the Ninja Trick is correct. How about the Tyranitar behind him? That's Dark Tyranitar from the Neo set, right? Dark Tyranitar, well, actually, there's one cheaper. So he goes down in price to 500 and... Well, basically, he goes down to 600 if you count the cost of shipping. So let's reprice this guy. You know, I thought 700 felt a little high. But actually, I don't think you can even find these Neo Destiny packs that easily anymore. It's a good thing to check up on price, right? Sometimes cards go down a little bit. When that ring slipped off, it can only mean one thing. That's right, clapping pokey cheeks. What? You like the style of Gen 4 remake, mister? Let's go Dialga, let's go Palkia. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what to think of it yet. Are you excited for it? I'll probably play it on my other YouTube channel, the gaming channel. So I hope you guys will join me there. You know, that channel has been so dormant, I don't think we'll get much of an audience. But I'll still play it. You sent the money. This sounds like a hostage transaction. Here you go, mister. The chibi style. Chibi style, huh? You know, Pokemon fans are probably going to root it on anyways, either way. I'm open-minded, but obviously I prefer more of an adult take on Pokemon, not a kid take. That was lazy work for the remakes, in my opinion. Clap those pokey cheeks. So we got Pidgeot, Victory Bell, and Cloyster. Let's go check these Pokemons out. Get me those Pokemons. But sir, wow, the Japanese Jungle Pidgeot is 1,400. Do you see that, Mahasfaro? 1.4K. That just doesn't even make sense to me. Read the message. Uh-oh. Let me go look up the message. Give me a minute. Oh, my laptop gonna shut down. All right, I plugged it back in. So let me go read the message, Mr. Snorlax. He says it's not for me. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I should have read the message, huh? All right, so, oops. Give me a moment. Too bad the one I pulled had a problem with it. Ah, that sucks. Get me those Pokemons. He says Misty's favor for Dinklebot. He's Dinklebot simp. Dinklebot's standing over there going, don't be baka, mister. Wait, Dinklebot would be in the D box. Simp. Oh, I think it was I Miss Dinkle. I had it right. It was in the G box. I had it right the first time. Griffin, Gabriel. I Miss Dinklebot. Dinklebot's got a bag. She got to tell me to ship this out, man. All right, so now Dinklebot has a Misty. Dinkle and Snorlax are married. Aw, Mazel Tov. Is that what you say? Last Pidgeot sold for $350. Hyped, overpriced. There we go. All right, I'm selling mine for $350. Here's Victory Bell. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Victory Bell. Woo! I would think that the price of the Pidgeot should be about $500 to $700 in that range, based on your odds of, you know, pulling one yourself, having it grade 10, the time it takes for it to grade 10, but also, you know, when you open up those old vintage Japanese packs, you have a chance that they're damaged, actually. So it's a lot of danger in opening them sometimes. The old Japanese Jungle Victory Bell for $380. That seems about right, yeah. I think that seems like a fair price for a Victory Bell. A little less popular than the others. The thing is, with the Pidgeot, I think there was only one for sale. So no competition means you can ask for a higher price. How about this Expedition Cloyster? Did someone trade me this? I think someone traded me that. I've got about 10 to 12 starters from Base Set Unlimited. Okay, Cloyster. I'm just going to price all my cards tonight. That's going to be what we do. Expedition first. Okay. Are there any? Oh, here we are. But that one's not first edition. Is that right? Oh, it is first edition. Okay. So there is one for sale. for a paltry $300. $304. We're just going to say 300. There it is. So, wow, this could actually go into the wigged packs. I'll have to think about that. Technically, this one could too. If I did, what's 380 divided by 20? Like 19? I think it's 19. So 19 packs we could get Victory Bell in. Pidgeot, Tyranitar, Dragapult, he can go in. This Dark Charmeleon, he's definitely on the chopping block for the wig packs, that's for sure. Look at this Misty, man. 1.3 thousand. Just because it's an authentic naked Pokemon card. There are some very thirsty guys out there. All right. Let's price some more. Why not? Let's just keep going. Actually, let me see what people have ordered real fast. Kind of a slow night because we started literally 2 hours late. So I got a little extra time to mess around. I'm glad I sold my extra naked Misty. You're glad you sold it. Dude, she's shockingly expensive now. Okay, we have Mr. Ralph Dutcher, and he says, 2 wigged packs, 2 Vivid Voltage, and I need a new bag. Thank you very much, Mr. Ralph. Sorry for making you wait. You're bring back the large. What do you guys think? Should I bring back the large? So we got 2 Vivid Voltage. Oh man, there's like this ugly white paint going everywhere. Ow. All right, 2 Vivid Voltage, 2 wigged packs. Pack number 1. Arcanine, Darmanitan, Electrode. Bring back giveaways. And pack number 2. We're bringing back giveaways when we reach 15,000 subscribers. The giveaways come back, okay? Okay, there's Dakataka. Yeah, we could probably do, you know, I've been thinking about it. Some of these PSA cards are so freaking expensive. I think we probably could bring back the old reserve list of large cards. But I think I'd make one change. I think when I make those boxes up, every pack has to be in the style of the custom boosters that we do today. There has to be an actual pull inside, maybe like a GX, maybe a V card, maybe a nice holo, so that even people who didn't pull the exceptionally valuable, like this guy right here, even people who didn't pull it, they end up with at least 1 card. Bring back the boot. That boot will never come back, though. No, the boot will never come back. The dice will never come back. Nothing like that. There has to be a workaround for it. Well, I think what made me so uncomfortable with the custom boosters in the past is we were calling them games, which is just not what you're supposed to do. We were calling them games. We were like shuffling them and dice and all that stuff, and it just didn't seem right. It all seemed awkward. You know what I mean? Bring back the energy lotto, you coward, he says. Ah, man, we almost did. We almost did. I brought it out, and then I realized, well, we have so many people now, it would take me hours to operate the lotto. When we were doing the lotto, there were just like 50 of us in the past, and it was so easy to do back then. It was easy to operate. It took very little time. Can you imagine me writing up so many names? Oops. I'm dropping those holo cards. They're fine. Bring back the bingo wheel. All right, let's get the bingo wheel. Let's see. So if we divided Misty's tiers by 36, let's see what it would actually come out to. Divided by 36. You would have to buy... Wow, it comes out to 36. Really? 36 by 36? Yep. So I could offer 36 booster packs, and they cost $36 each, and one person pulls Misty Tears out of those booster packs. And it would run off of a reserve list. I can donate the holos. Oh, thanks, man. But this is Ralph Dutcher, right? Yeah, we could do something like that. I do kind of miss... I don't miss the medium, and I don't miss the small. But I do kind of miss the large. Remember the large? You need full art Lana. Your odds would be 1 out of 36 odds, and the cost of the pack would be $36. So Ralph Dutcher. Do the large in a secret Discord group. Invite only. Ooh. You're too funny. God pack odds, it sounds like. Yeah, it's pretty low. I mean, 36 packs. Buy out the Gym Heroes, says Cheese. Cheese is like, now that I'm in, I'm ready for you guys to buy it out. You're crying in the shower. No, Tokamon. Jack Snedden. What's up, Jack? All right, I'm doing a little refresh. Let's see what's going on. And we're all done for today. Wow, what a great stream, guys. Mosvar says, how many Gym Heroes are left? Let's take a quick look, shall we? So it's been a long time. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Robert Wright probably has this pack right here. Okay, so 7 packs remain. All right, mister, gonna wrap it up. That's right, we could wrap it up. It's a slow night, but that's because we started so late. Why did we start so late? You could do the same with the Gym Heroes too, but it would be pricey. You could do the same with the Gym Heroes too. What? I say since we have a little extra time together, I'm going to keep pricing these. That's what I wanted to do. Poliwrath, Wigglytuff. Ooh. Should I sell my Lugia? I really like this Lugia. No, I got to hold on to Lugia. I couldn't possibly give it up. We could price this beautiful Vaporeon, though. It is some nice looking cards. Am I going to do another WotC box break after the Heroes? Not sure. To be determined for sure on that. To be determined. We got Poliwrath. We got Wigglytuff. I'm going to price these up because I know tax season's around the corner. And I also know you guys are getting huge stimmy checks. So I might as well have a few cards for sale. And, you know, if these end up selling, I'll just find a new way to put the money to use. PSA 10. Vaporeon. Sweet. Got my tax return already on the 25th. Sweet. Give me a minute. Really? The cheapest Vaporeon's $1,500? That just seems kind of high. So the cheapest Vaporeon's $15K. $1,500, I mean. Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff and Poliwrath. Let's look them up real fast. I'm getting 10K back on my tax return because I never received any stimmies. I'm going to try my hardest not to spend it. So let's see. Jigglypuff. Jungle. Oh, did I say Jigglytuff? It's Wigglytuff. Duh. No, Wigglytuff can't be 1,800. That doesn't even make sense. Wigglytuff, 1,800. All right. Well, how about the Poliwrath? Poliwrath can't be expensive. There appear to be no Japanese Poliwrath. Let me check completed. One ended recently on February 27th for $235, marked down actually. So if that one ended, I'm going to offer mine for, I'll be honest, I kind of want it to be I think that was definitely a good price that he got that at, because with the expedition packs, they're quite expensive, the expedition packs. And then more importantly, half the time the expedition packs are cold. So expedition packs are not a guaranteed holo like some other sets are. Let's get this Wigglytuff marked up. 1.8K just seems high, but maybe that's the way it's going. There are none of these for sale, and to tell you the truth, for a 10, I think I would like at least 500. I don't see why any of the holo expedition cards would go less than 500. But so there's none up for sale on the eBays, but I got one for sale. Apparently, you have to pay back the extra money they gave from unemployment. Imagine people still getting unemployment and working. Man, crazy. Wow, those are expensive. Yeah, maybe we need to get the large running because that's just really high. 500 is cheap. Well, yeah, again, like the booster packs I know have gotten quite expensive for Expedition. And what's interesting about that is, unlike some other sets, you do not get a guaranteed holo out of there. So you're opening these Expedition packs, hoping to get a holo, and then once you pull a holo, you also have to hope it's not a damaged holo and it's also a 10, right? So I think 500 is pretty fair. He's one of the lesser popular cards in that set. Poliwrath, he's always lesser popular. 35 for Shining Fates. That's not right. What do you mean 35? No, Shining Fates isn't 35. You're looking at Shining Legends, mister. That's Shining Legends from Sun and Moon. Shining Legends. By the way, let's see if anyone wants to open some cards now. Kitty Cats, what do you think of that? Definitely a slow night, kitties. Okay, we got a few orders. We did Ralph Dutcher. Jesse Salinas is here. 3 Rebels, no bag. You got it. Jesse Salinas. Mr. Jesse's. Pack number 1. Pack number 2. And pack number 3. That Wigglytuff is a little too high, he says. You know, you can definitely try to negotiate the price on the Wigglytuff with me. Sneep. That's got to be the coolest Poliwrath I've seen. He's a pretty cool artwork, yeah. Expedition, Aquapolis, and Sky Ridge has some really cool artworks. Got any XY Evolutions order? Got an XY Evolutions order incoming. All right. Politoed better than Poliwrath. Pack number 2 is Skyla. And pack number 3, we've got Rillaboom VMAX. All right. Just sold my shiny Charizard. Nice. Can you do $500 PSA 10 mystery packs? No, man, that sounds terrible. If we did that, people will be like super mad if they don't get a hit. No, that's not happening. Look at this Skyla. She's saying, get me that Pokemon. Jesse Salinas, let's get your fresh bag. $100 slab mystery. No, that's just too high as well. I don't think I'd like to leave a certain realm of cost. All right, Jesse, you got a fresh bag now. Next up, we have Mr. Marvin Leon. He wants 1 Vivid, 1 Yugi Gold. Did you see the Umbreon vibing Post Malone? I heard about Post Malone. Oh, we need more Yugis? Oh, man, we need more Yugis. I'll be right back. Post Malone, what was he doing with Pokemon? I heard about that. Something like he's hosting some kind of thing, right? Some kind of celebration or party. I don't know. I know he's a musician. That's about all I know. I don't even know what music he made. All right, we empty this case. case out. Fresh case of Maximum Gold, everyone. Blue Eyes White Dragon for everyone. All right, very good. It was cringe. Didn't watch the concert because I knew it would be cringe. How did they choose him? How did they choose Post Malone to represent Pokemon? I don't get it. Whew, all this unboxing for one Yugi's. One Yugi Gold. They said, who had the most face tats? Just bring the homie back to life? What? Okay, we got this, and we got one Vivid. For Mr. Marvin, he was allowed to say sex. Did I see the video you posted in Show and Tell? I did not. Yeah, let's put this on top so I can see it more clearly. Woo! Cosmo Town Dark Destroyer and... Oh, I'm sorry. Cosmo Dark Destroyer and Cosmo Town. Oh, they must be related. Actually, my wife and I noticed that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is available on Netflix. We might watch it. He did a good job with the song for the Spider-Man Kids movie. Maybe that helped him. Spider-Man Kids movie. Dude, I don't know anything about Post Malone. I've heard his name. I don't think I've heard any of his music. I have no clue. Dialga. Oh, man, Dialga. Woo. So Poke-rich now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is good. The first episode is a banger. Like they bang each other? Is that what you're saying? I would go watch that right now. I wish I was a cat in real life so I can scratch some people up like in Generations Ultimate. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Let's see. Theo Lang, he says, let's have a look at an XY Evo pack. You got it, Mr. Theo. Where did I put my XY Evos? Are they back here? They are. XY freaking Evos. The first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is hilarious. They don't follow the game rules at all. If you want to do something at the end of the stream, you can open that box I sent you. I'm honestly scared for the cards I sent you. What? The one that's meant to be traded? That box will just remain sealed until the other box arrives to make things easy. All right, so here's your pack. Oof, that's a real cold pack. I'm afraid just a reverse hollow switch this time. Sorry about that, mister. That was for Mr. Theo. Woo! That was a tough one. Holding all my Evo packs, hoping they don't reprint. Yeah, I know, right? Let's try picking up. What else we got? Oh, we got a few more, huh? We've got this Lieutenant Surge Electabuzz. We got Giovanni Persian. We're just pricing some cards tonight. That's what we're doing. I want the Hollow Zard. I want a Zerid. Hey, you. That's right, Avril Lavigne. She was in the 2000s. My wife was like, oh my God, this was my favorite artist. I was like, this explains so much about you. Mister, I made another order. How's it going, Keith? What's up, man? Okay, let's see. My wife's always like, why don't you get an eyebrow piercing? What? I sent you cards to be graded at PSA and a gift card. What? Alex says, I just like saying, hey, you. I wasn't mentioning a song. Oh, oops. Louis Rodriguez, what's up, man? He wants 2 XY Evos, no bag. Oh, I hope things. I hope you got your refund on that other one. Here it goes. Mr. Louis Rodriguez. Going deep. Going pokey deep. There was 2 from Ralph. Same order. All right. Sounds good. It was the same order then, huh? Have you played a Prowler in Monster Hunter? I don't think I did. I saw somebody else play a Prowler in multiplayer. He was a skater boy. Yeah, my sister's like Avril Lavigne as well. She was pretty popular. Machoke Me Daddy. We got Machoke Me Daddy. Do you still want to trade for my evolutions? Says Noah. How's it going, Noah? I don't remember anything about a trade. Ah, Flying Pikachu. There we go. So you'll have to remind me in Discord. Reverse Hollow Magneton and Flying Pikachu. Monster Hunter confirmed for PC. That's right. I heard about that from another person too. Hey, you. I don't like your Dinkle. Oh my God. Boop. Did you see my new PC? I've not seen your new PC. You got a new computer. Man, I need a new computer. This laptop's falling apart. It was falling apart a long time ago. And it's still falling apart. I guess I'm just computer lazy. How did you know my Dinkle was small? Oh my God. Can I have source for Monster Hunter Rise PC? Did you see my new PP, mister? Yeah, of course. I saw it in the pictures you sent me. Mr. Louis. Thank you so much, man. Oops. I scalped some 3080s. Don't hate me. What? Don't hate me because you ain't me. Mr. Ralph said he made 2 orders. You got it, Ralph. 2 more Wig and 2 Vivid. All right. So we got 2 Vivid and 2 more Rigged for Mr. Ralph. Here goes. Pack number 1. Oh, what's this? 18 Crimson. And what's this? Vikavolt. Very good, mister. Congratulations on picking up more Crimsons. Guess that second order really helped. Move these out of the way. Let's start by getting these Vivid open. Snipe. So that's the other half of the Crimson box. It's the same box. And we'll see how good the pulls are. Shop It. Oh, man. Shop It's not an amazing rare. And League Staff. Good thing you picked up those 18 Crimson, because those 2 packs of Vivid were cold. The other half of the box. That's exactly what you're picking up here. All right. So, Crimson Invasion. Sneep. 1, 2. Not a gift card. Remember that binder you said you'd fill with cards signed by certain viewers? It's that card. I signed a card and I'm gifting it to you. Oh, very cool. Yeah, so we'll get you in there, and that'll be very nice. And then you'll have your name in the folder, and we'll be like, haha, Kara Nichols. Sneep. 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 And Sneep. And Sneep. I should be like Snoop. Snoop. If the goal of that box opening was to destroy future Pokemon TCG collectors by pushing make-believe digital NFTs as valuable and cool and physical cards as a way to lose money, well done. What's going on? I have no idea what you're talking about. I want a digital NFT. Take my money. Take my money, please. I mean, if he made $3.5 million on essentially images, which is what I believe you guys are saying, he's not going to stop doing that. Because those images for him were probably not expensive at all. So he's definitely not going to do that. He's going to keep going. Don't buy this, buy the NFTs, he will say. But then he will use his own money and he will buy physical Pokemon asset. So he will take his money and he'll buy boost boxes, man. Boost your boxes. What's up, Fan? How's it going? Fan, what are you doing up so late? NFTs are valuable whether you want them to be or not. I want them to be valuable. Invest in custom I Miss Dinklebot custom cards. Oh my god. Oh, nice. Secret rare water. Nice, man. You know, I was a little worried your half of the box could be cold because of the we already pulled a lone executor. It could have been a box with one full art. All right, I'm flipping it around. Cross your fingers. Dear God. Yeah, it might have a chance at a 10, definitely. Slightly off center. Maybe there's a little white speck right here. It's pretty small, though. So I think you might have a shot at a 10 water energy. That's really good. Wow, awesome. Love those energy cards, by the way. A huge fan of those. Here's Xerneas. I still have mine in my modern box. My modern investment box. Whatever that means. Reggie Gigas or something like that. What do we have here? We got Ghastly and a lone golem. I scalped some baseball cards because I'm sure no one here would care that I'd say it. That sounds good, man. Don't touch my Pokemon cards, though. Okay? I'm just kidding. The golden energy cards look so nice. I agree. I think they'll definitely maintain value in the Sun and Moon era collection. People be like, you got the full energy collection, bro? And we got Type Null. And we got Aeron. Oh, hold on. And Aggron. Sorry about that. Alone Raichu's pretty cute. Looking pretty cute. Might post later. Last but not least, Ghastly. All right. Well, so your half of the box didn't have as many hits, but it had the hit. It had the water secret in it. Very good. This bulk tower is scaring me. My target is stocked with them baseball cards. What? I want my target to be stocked with them baseball cards. Daytona Beach. What are you going on about? You guys want me to start selling baseball cards? Kitty, why are you meowing? Kitty's lonely. She wants me to go play with her. She's like, you haven't played with your pussy in a while. I don't know, baseball or basketball. Okay, here's Ghastly. Mister, are you getting first partner packs? First partner packs. I guess. I think I am. Woo! All right, Mr. Ralph, we're all done with your order. Let's get this into your bag. Congratulations on that. Mister, I want a smooch. Dude, it's mostly just hollow cards. Oh, my Lord. Way too many hollow cards. Hear about the new restaurant called Karma? There's no menu. You get what you deserve. Louis is done. Kara Nichols says, I'm going to also use $10 of store credit to get one shiny face pack. I have an overflow bag. I can spend 10 because I've decided to ask you to send me back the shiny Charizard I sent you in my PSA box. So I can send it to Beckett instead, which means I'm only asking for 6 cards to be graded, and that'll be perfectly even for the rest of my store credit. 6 cards, 6 tier 2 PSA. All right, sounds good. So, one shiny face, you say. Let's do it. Oof. One shiny face. Come on, Charizard. It's Gym Trainer. Woohoo! Sorry about that, Kara. This time it's cold. Darn it. Why can't every pack just be hot? All right, better luck next time. Let's grab your bag. One pack magic. Sometimes. Kara Nichols, I feel like you got a bag in the overflow. Oh, Lumberjack still has a bag over here? What does Lumberjack have in his bag? Okay. Cold night. Definitely a slow night. It's my own fault for starting so late. There we go. You want the waifu? Send in the waifu ASAP. Give me the Gardevoir, says Alex. All right, I'm sending the Gardevoir. Right, kitty? Meow. You making meows over there? Better not be making no meows. I'll beat that pussy up. Blame it on the fridge. Yes, the fridge. After fridge reveal, everyone was like, I ain't buying no Pokemon cards. This man he drinks soda. I'm out of here. He's living the good life. Marvin Leon says 1 Vivid, 1 Yu-Gi-Oh, and live shipping. All right. 1 Vivid, 1 Yu-Gi-Oh. Only hot cards for Mr. Marvin. I want a Kittysaurus Rex. Kittysaurus Rex. In your Yugi's pack, you get Monster Reborn and Polymerization. I hope his pack has an AR. What's an AR? Amazing Rare. Guru said General Mills cards to the moon, so everyone already spent their money on eBay. eBay to the moon. That's exactly what I was saying, by the way. If you follow me on TikTok, I was saying the General Mills packs are probably underpriced. So I had the same thoughts. Execute Jolteon. So the General Mills pack guaranteeing a holo Pikachu makes them too valuable. And, you know, eventually the price will adjust to be where it should be at. I think the packs will go up to about $35 eventually. I don't know how fast. The Pikachu is too easy of a flip. Matthew, Max, Marlin. Wait, what am I doing? You're right in the front. I'm going crazy, Marvin Leon. I'm going crazy. Do Japanese cards still have first edition? I don't know, do they? I'll beat that pussy up should be the title of your next stream. You know KFC Indonesia released Pokemon cards. I think somebody else mentioned that as well. I think I'm going to have to pick up some of those Indonesia Pokemon cards, man. Cinnamon Toast Crunch to the moon. Got 1, 2. I got 2 Pikachu Holos. Thanks, Mickey D's. All right, so we should have shipped Marvin before. Yes, we have. Print. Dude, the Zelda background is not so good. This Zelda background long play, and it's not as good as I thought it'd be. Kitty, what are you looking at? Kitty, what are you looking at? All right, both packs are shipped. Not both packs. There's 2 boxes over there because we did a live shipping earlier. What's next? Gregory Morin, what's up? Gregory Morin, he says, hello, mister. 2 McDonald's pack and 1 Vivid. 2 Mickey D's. You got 2 Mickey D's coming right up. One. How do you feel about... Wait, what do you say? How do you feel about Pokemon Legend Arceus being open world for the Switch? It has potential. I'll wait till I play it to have an opinion. I haven't been impressed with the Pokemon game in a long time, to be honest. They're great for kids. I'll say that. If I had a kid, I'd let them play Pokemon. I'd be like, have fun. Knock yourself out. Only Pokemon's for American McDonald. They also need the money to pay off the debt. What? Mister, when are we jamming the OSR, the Rigid. Oh, there we go. Holographic Pikachu on the first pack. Nice, dude. Very hot. Seeing the video of the trailer, it was like in 15 FPS. Kind of sad. Yeah, I remember that was a problem in Sword and Shield. And Charmander. Look at that. GJM. Those are some hot packs, man. Holy. Pokemon Breath of the Wild. Wow. This guy's on easy mode. That's like two of the hottest haulers right there, back to back. Mr. Gregory Moore, and he's having a kind of a good luck streak. He has Dark Magician too. He pulled Dark Magician out of the Yu-Gi-Oh packs. Very good, mister. Wow, wow, wow. I also got a pack of Vivid. Oh, yeah, you did. I'm sorry. I'm on relaxed mode tonight. Vaporeon, Genesect. All right. That's not a secret rare Pikachu. Where's my secret rare Pikachu VMAX? Whoop. That's what I scored in my first couple of Happy Meals. Nice. Mister, I have that Charmander in a Squire card. Nice. All right, we're refreshing. We have a few more orders. We have Andrew Englander. Hello, Andrew. He says 2 rounds of Japanese battle styles. That's right, we got battle styles. I forgot about that. Loving battle styles. Finally got that Pikachu Holo. So pumped. I'm pumped. Any more Japanese vintage? We're not going to sell any more Japanese vintage until the Gym Heroes box is done, okay? So we'll bring out Japanese vintage pretty soon, but we're going to focus on the Gym Heroes packs first. I think one thing we're doing is we're draining people's pockets with the slightly cheaper Japanese gym packs, and it might be impacting the Gym Heroes box break. Pack number 2, pack number 3. Even on TikToky? Well, mister, if I needed to open up a Japanese pack on TikToky, I'm actually pretty capable of doing that myself. We got to get that Gym Heroes box moving. I don't know. Talk to me on maybe like Discord about it. He's like, I only want the Japanese booster packs. Mr. Andrew, I'm sorry, mister. Your first round and just a holo, huh? That's actually pretty typical of the battle styles, though. Mr. Andrew. Ander. Is it Ander? All right, very good. Next up, we got Louis Rodriguez. What's up, man? I'm back. Did he say 15? No, 5 darkness. All right, 5 darkness. I'm back, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should you express the Pikachu? You could if you wanted to sell him faster. If you're keeping him in your collection, I'd do tier 2, okay? So 5 darkness and 3 champions. 3 champions path. All right. 1, 2, 3. Instant Zered. I want a Zered. With the Zard in it, please, he says. I know, right? That'd be nice. I want a Zered. I really think the Champions Path packs will probably fall in price because of the excellent pull rates of the Shining Fates packs. Sneep. Gym box break should sell right away when stim checks get issued. That's true. Probably it will. Boop. We've got Kling Klang. He says, yep, but they're so expensive. Teddy Ursa. That early price was clutch. Pokemon Breeders Nurturing. And part of the reason why the early packs cost a little less is because I knew that they would wait a long time to open their packs. So I didn't want them to pay the same price as everyone else. That'll probably be how we do booster boxes all the time. Jigglypuff. So their money's all tied up in that pack right now, and they're just waiting a long time for it. Come on, we got Hatena, Scorch, and oof, Galarian Obstagoon. Yeah, so Galarian Obstagoon, he's based off of the band Kiss. Hey, mister, how much do I have on my card? What's going on, Daniel? Let me go look it up. I think I would have put it to the side. Do I have a Daniel Schmidt hanging up? Let me just tear them all off. We got... Here we go. According to this, Daniel Schmidt, you got $108. Welcome back, by the way. I haven't seen you in a little while. 108. That's a lot. Give me a second. Some of these guys I haven't seen since the beginning of time, it feels like. All right, so this is a pretty big... I'm going to toss the rest of these to the side. Most of those only have a little bit of money on them, but one of these guys actually has a substantial amount. I'm going to save him too. So you and the other guy had quite a bit. All right, and let me put this back. So, Mr. Daniel Schmidt, you have 108. And, you know, Daniel, I don't know if you're interested at all, but we have this Gym Heroes box break coming up. It's actually almost done. And these Gym Heroes first edition vintage packs are $700. So if you're interested in one of those, I thought I'd just mention it. We also have some great PSA cards in the back. And Shining Fates is the latest set if you're interested in Shining Fates. Oops. Obstagoon. Okay. That was for Mr. Louis Rodriguez, and it was pretty tough pulls, actually. I'm sorry about that, Louis. Whew. Now we have Ralph Dutcher, who wants SF and VV. Okay, that's Shining Fates and Vivid Voltage. Have you ever got a first edition Charizard PSA 10? No, I wish I did. Sneep. All right, Vivid Voltage. Sir Chester Bath. I always want to say Sir Kester. I wonder if it is Sir Kester. And, oh, nice. Hatena Shiny. Shiny Hollow. And all that was for Mr. Ralph Dutcher. Here you go, Ralph. Hatena. You hate Hatena? Wow, man. That's speciest or something. Next up, we have Andrew Clark, who wants 1 Mills, 1 McDonald's, 1 Battle Styles, and 3 Wigged. All right. So we got 1 McDonald's. Just out of control, says GJM. I know. Actually, that price kind of makes sense based on his pull rate. So that is an understandable price. Nothing unusual there. Oh, this pack looks like it was printed funny. Snip that. Okay, there we go. Already took the top off. 1 Japanese Battle Styles. Let's go grab a round of those. What's up, Gentu? He says, howdy, howdy. Howdy ho. Hey, I'm Andrew Clark. I have a bag, also international. How much more can I fit in my bag? Who are you? You're Andrew who? Andrew Clark. I'm sure you can fit more. Usually, most people don't come up to the limit on international. How much is that Electabuzz? The Electabuzz, I haven't priced them yet. I can go look it up for you real fast, but let me get this order done first. As you know, the price is always just based off of the cheapest eBay price. That's it. So we look up Buy It Nows for Electabuzz, and that's it. We got Aegislash. You're doing my order now. Ooh, we got Empoleon. Well, this is for... Oh, this is for Andrew Clark. You can fit quite a lot in a bag. I'll let you know if your bag's too large. Pikachu and holographic Hatena. Nice. All right. Very good. And then in your McDonald's pack, you pick up Oshawott, and here is a non-holo Pikachu. I'll go ahead and sleeve that up for you too. I'll sleeve it up with this card. It's a nice little bonus card. But here we go. You got the holo Oshawott. Grab your bag. Andrew, I'm so sorry. Oh, 3 wigs as well. Sorry, let's get those wigs. 3 wigs packs. Good luck on your pulls. Pack number 1. We have holographic Gossifleur, 2 more Japanese holos, and the code card for this new legendary Pokemon. Ooh. Pack number 2. Toxtricity. And pack number 3. All right, Arcanine, Berserker, Hydreigon. Those are actually rares, okay? So those are going to be your pulls from the custom booster packs. Piece of time. What? Mister, will you do more custom cards in the future? You're talking about like Misty cards, or are you talking about the gold cards? Because I got the gold cards right here. I do have some gold cards that are left. So you get the beautiful gold cards. If you're talking about Misties, more Misties are on the way. In fact, I got some. I got one other card as well, since you guys like the waifus. Okay, let's put these in your bag. $19 Fortnite card. I have all the gold ones. I want a Misty. We'll get you a Misty, man. No worries. Smitty voting goes next week, I believe. What are they talking about? In the Senate? Voting on the STEMI bill? Mr. God King Lunar says, I would like 2 packs of Vivid and pre-graded the cards that could be valuable in my bag. No problem, man. Let's do it. 2 packs of Vivid. One, 2. Mom, Mr. selling dirty cards. I want to grade both my Dark Magician and Pikachu Tier 2. Can't decide which one. Easy choice. Just do both. All right. God King Lunar picking up holos. And the second one is going to be Amazing Rares, right? No, I'm afraid it's just holo Sableye this time. How much was Mr. selling the Misty's flavor? Well, like $1,200. I'll get you 1 Misty's favor for $1,200. Mr. God King Lunar. Here's your bag. Did my PSA cards come back? I don't think they did. Daniel Schmidt. That's a good question. I do have some PSA cards that came back. I don't know if any of yours did. I've got them sitting in a pile. I suppose I can check for you. All right, let me go ahead and refresh. You, Mr. Daniel Schmidt, you should be able to look that up from the submission channel, okay? Or not the submission channel, the PSA news channel. That's what you're looking for, okay? PSA news channel. And keep in mind, Daniel Schmidt, the turnaround times on grading are about 9 months. I think that's close to accurate. It might be between 7 and 9 months, which is kind of a difference. Mister, my pre-grade. Oh, I'm sorry. I got asked that question. It distracted me. Hold on. Let's get this pre-grade going. Eternatus. He looks so nice. A little thinner on the left, though. The back looks pretty clean. He might have a chance at a 10 at PSA. Sandaconda looks thin on the bottom, because he is thin on the bottom. So he's a 9. Those are holos. Cramorant. He's thin on the left. Horsey. Ghost Bell is thin on the left. I want to say this is pretty close. Onyx, I think the Onyx is in good shape. No, he's thin on the right. Pipichu VMAX. Oh, yes. Ooh, he looks like a straight 10. Very good. Galarian Mr. Mime. Yep, he looks really nice. Cramorant, Magnemite, Spearow. Well, the Spearow might be in good shape. How's the Spearow look? Spearow's not bad. Spearow might be an 8, man. Pokemon Trainer. He's got some dirt here. I'll let you look at that at home. Droll, Lock, and Bird. Oh, is this going to be 2 cards? Why did I do that? I should have never done that. Here we go. These are gradable Yugis. I don't know if you'll want to grade them. He's off center. He's off center on the top. All right, now we got Appleton. Looked a little weird. This one's definitely off center. Okay, that's on the left side off center. Meowstic. Oh, holy. We definitely want to know more about this one. This looks great. Send that one in. That looks good. This looks good. Thin on the top, maybe? Yeah, thin on the top. You won't want to grade it if it's thin on the top. Necrozma. Crow Knight. Corviknight, I mean. Malamar. Looks like I'm flipping you off, but I'm not. He looks pretty good. Neo Destiny Scyther. That's actually pretty cool. He's a little off center. I think that's a little bit of white right there. I'd probably consider grading that, sure. You always got to check with these English ones, I forget. Slightly thicker on the top. Yeah, he might have a shot. Kangaskhan, thinner on... Yeah, he's clearly thinner on the right. Sorry about that. Flash fire. We got Charizard. He's off center. He might turn into a 10. It's always possible with PSA, it feels like. This looks pretty clean as well. Print line. I just blinded myself. My eyes hurt now. Thin on the top. Hollow, hollow, hollow. Okay, there you go. Woo! So you got quite a few cards here. I'd probably still grade the Kangaskhan. Probably still the Charizard. Probably still the Sandaconda. Sandaconda's so new. Yep, okay. Nothing too wild in your... Nothing too wild in your 9s. How about your 10s, though? Your 10 has some big hits. The Malamar should be graded, probably. All these cards like this can be graded if you wanted. I don't think the profit margin on them will be very good. Also, depending on PSA's price increase, Pikachu's definitely a grade, and Eternatus VMAX definitely a grade. So you got quite a few 10s, actually. You probably consider all these. And this guy's near the top as well. So these are real good. Okay. Very good, mister. You got a thick bag. Whew. I think Gentu Penguin wanted to know what the Electabuzz was going for. I say we look that up real fast. Were there 2 cards? So Electabuzz and Persian. Let's just look those up. What do you think? 2 Vivid or 1 Shiny Fates? What do you think, Mr. Best Value? Based on pull rates, Shining Fates easily. Shining Fates pull rates is crazy. It hands out full arts all the time. You have a very high chance for full art, amazing rare, or shiny hollow. Whereas with Vivid Voltage, you're going to get mostly cold pulls. And Vivid Voltage is actually hotter than other boxes, so it's just crazy. It's kind of like power creep in a video game. All right, so Electabuzz is really not that expensive. Kind of surprised. He's $190. How about the Persian? Persian is much more expensive at $350. That price makes sense. I don't know about Electabuzz's price. This price isn't making as much sense to me, but I'm just going to follow the market. I follow it when it's high, follow it when it's low. 190. And this is going to say what? 350? Yeah, this actually makes sense to me, the price on that one. Ooh, $3.50. Can you even imagine that? Man, that'd be a wild time. Okay, back to the list. Looks like we picked up some more orders later on in the stream. We were pretty slow at the beginning, huh? Okay. Now we have Mr. Winston Meyer. Hello, Winston. He wants 1 wicked pack. Mr. Winston. Picking up a hollow Vikavolt. Mr. Winston. Do you think people should invest in Champions Path? Should people invest in Champions Path? I don't know what you mean by that. You mean like buy up a bunch of raw cards and stock them? I would say no. They're probably going to reprint a lot of Champions Path. Mister, I got my cards yesterday. Thank you. Very happy with them. Oh, I'm glad. Winston, you got a bag over here. What a noble name, Winston. That Electabuzz is pretty sweet. Don't forget to smack the like button. That's right. We did the fridge reveal at 100 likes. At 200 likes, we're doing Quip reveal. I'm going to show her off in bed. She's sleeping right now. Ricky says, 4 customs, fingers crossed, is better than last night. Good luck, Mr. Ricky. Pack number 1. Pidgey. Look at this. You got Topps Pidgey. Oh, he says, what would my Eternatus Pikachu VMAX Empoleon Full Art be in terms of PSA price tier? Wow, they're all so new. Well, here's the deal. With Tier 1 goes all the way up to 200. So let's say those cards graded 10. Do you believe they'll sell for 200? Or do you think they'll probably sell over 200? And let's say they get a 9. What do you think they'll sell for as a 9? Do you think they'll sell over 200? I would bet that... Man, all 3 of them are pretty borderline. Hard to say, man. I'll let you think about it a little more. Giovanni says VMAX Eternatus is a Tier 2 card and the rest is Tier 1. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if the Empoleon is also Tier 2 because it is a sweet-looking card. But it is Japanese, so it's kind of hard to say, isn't it? He's a secret rare in the set, right? Mister, have you seen how much Burning Shadows has gone up in price? Maybe it's gone up a lot. I haven't been paying attention because I've never liked Burning Shadows because of the terrible... Hold on, I missed something. Here we go. This is one of those, isn't it? It's one of the rare packs. Haven't been paying attention to Burning Shadows because of the terrible cutting problems. Pika and Eternatus would be Tier 2. I think Pikachu should be Tier 1, to be honest. And Eternatus VMAX... I tell you what, I think that Pikachu and the Eternatus VMAX should be Tier 1. And the Empoleon, surprisingly, I think is probably the best card you've got. And he should be Tier 2, to be honest. That's my opinion. Hey, mister, I placed another wig about an hour ago, and you've refreshed a few times since. Maybe I missed, but I don't believe you opened it. I'm Jansen McNeil. All right, pack number 4. Oh, Hollow Hoopa. Hoopa. Jansen, I believe I did open a single... wigged pack for you. I vaguely remember doing that. There weren't a lot of orders tonight, so it's not too hard to remember. So if you did that twice, though, maybe I missed. It's real important you guys keep track of your own orders. Let's see. Jansen McNeil. It's possible I missed it. Here's a Togepi. I placed a second one. Oh, so maybe that's it. Maybe I thought that we'd already gotten it and you had 2 of them. Let's go ahead and put this into Ricky Longshaw's bag. Mr. Ricky. Hey, mister, I really want to pick your brain and ask if you think Cosmic Eclipse, Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds boxes will go up in value. All 3 of those sets are very strong sets, especially Cosmic, and I think they will go up in value. And Cosmic really ought to be more expensive because it has additional trainer arts in it that no other Sun and Moon era box had. Those trainer hollows not only are popular, but they pull very often in that box, giving you almost an additional 4 pulls from every box of Cosmic. So Cosmic should actually be much more expensive than Unified Minds and Unbroken Bonds, but you don't see that because there's not a lot of Unbroken Bonds out there, and same with the Unified Minds. They don't really reprint them quite as often, but both of those are strong too. You got Charizard, Reshiram, and Blastoise and Unbroken Bonds, and some other cool cards. And then in Unified Minds, you got like Dragonite, Mewtwo Mew, you've got Tyranitar, you've got Garchomp, Giratina. So there's lots of really good pulls in all 3 of those boxes. Also missed these flavors in there. All right, so Jansen says I might have missed them. Let's go look. Jansen. Step Jansen. Step Jansen says another wigged. Ah, I see. Oh, you're right. So you had 2 of the same orders pretty close by, and I'm so sorry, but I thought that I'd already done it. So, Mr. Jansen, you have the option of either opening up from the mistake box or getting a $20 refund and throwing yourself into the regular box is up to you. Let me know which one you'd like. If you choose from the mistake box, I'm going to shuffle it before we open. Mr. Verstest du Deutsch, wenn ja kannst du das hier vorlesen? What? I don't know what any of that meant. Hector Cosmic might get a reprint. Crack a mistake box. No worries on missing an order. Okay, so what happens is we'll just split this in half and hope that this is a hot pull. It is a hot pull. Damn, dude. Very lucky. 10 battle styles. Wow, I put that in a long time ago. Very, very lucky. Woo. Well, it makes sense, too, because a few of the mistake box packs have been pulled, and that box is a little more generous. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the first hit in the mistake box. The truth is, we don't actually pull a lot of packs from the mistake box, so that box moves very slowly. I love the mistake box idea. I know, me too. After that horrible, horrible night where I decided to do a reversal on the pull of the Gym Heroes pack, that was so bad. After that night, I was determined that that should never happen again. So, came up with some strict rules about how things should proceed, and we came up with the mistake box. Yeah, I felt terrible that night. We got Mr. Rhyme. Cold. Do you think Sword and Shield, Shiny Star, and Japanese Tag Team are good holds for long term? Yeah, definitely. Especially Tag Team, by the way, because unlike Shiny Star, Tag Team is exclusively for Japan. Something to really think about when you're comparing those 2 sets. And Shiny Star is just going to be a popular set because it has 2 Charizards and Marnie in it, so it's always just going to kind of do well. But that's its only distinction from the English version. So why would you hold that rather than the English version? Except that you believe that they won't print the Japanese one as much. You know what I mean? But when it comes to Tag Team is really a special set that a lot of people don't give enough credit to, because Tag Team, again, it's only in Japanese, and it includes many of the very best cards from the entire Sun and Moon era. Think about that for a second. The best cards from Sun and Moon era are in that set. And they have golden versions of those cards. So the fact that people don't open more Tag Team actually kind of baffles me. And I believe in the long term, that set will do extremely well. So I've got lots of Tag Team of my own sitting around waiting to get old. Only Japanese card I want is the Mario Pikachu. He says, damn, that was cold. Not gonna, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I wasn't even paying attention. So you managed to pull the 10 Battle Styles packs, but they ended up not being super hot. Shows you there's 2 sides to it. It's like double RNG. First you got to pull the pack, and then you got to pull hits out of the box. Jansen McNeil, let me go ahead and put your bag up top. Thank you very much, mister. I got 2 sealed Pokédexes from 1999, about to throw them on eBay. What? Not eBay. I'm still surprised at the price on the Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. I should save him for the wigged packs, because we don't have anything left for the wigged packs. So, after Ricky Longshaw, we have Luis Rodriguez, who wants one custom booster. Here we go, Mr. Louis, instant win. You ready? Boop. Oh my gosh, it's a Gyarados. Gyarados from Hidden Fates. Now, that's not the promo Gyarados. That's the Gyarados you actually have to pull. So he's a little more valuable than the promo Hidden Fates Gyarados, right? Promo Gyarados was being handed out left and right, but this one's actually a legitimate pull from the collection. Alex Veneration, he says, good evening, mister. 2 large custom boosters. All right, 2 large custom boosters. Pack number 1, Alakazam. Abracadabra, Alakazam, poof. And boop, Ninetales. So this is a round of rare non-hollows, which is the new cold pack that we have in the box ever since the code cards have gone away. We're out of code cards. Those old Chinese Star code cards. I only had a limited number of them. I got what feels like a near infinite number of these. Mr. Alex. Where's Alex going to be? Here we are. That's a nice looking Alakazam, by the way. I really like that card. Ooh, you got a heavy bag, man. You must have custom cards in it. Mister, could you open the pack of AO in my bag? I'm feeling lucky. Feeling lucky? Are you sure? Wait. Oh, this? Mister, you could grade it. He's like, I got an itch, man. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, full art Tyranitar. Oh, you actually, oh, but it's not holographic. We got Vaporeon and Volcarona. I love these cards over here, by the way. Those look really cool. Vaporeon's also a decent holo card. Woo! Ow. These points are so sharp. All right. Next up, we pulled for Alex, right? Yes, we did. Mr. Winston Meyer wants 3 wigged packs. Pack number 1. Mister, why did you have to make the mistake box? Yeah, so long story short, when I changed the order of the pulls in the wigged packs, it really upsets people because it changes the future of who wins and who wins the hot pull in the box. So in order to make everyone as happy as possible, I came up with some strict rules about what happens if I miss someone's pull. If I make a mistake, it's considered part of the RNG. We toss that person off into something called the mistake box, and they have the option of opening a mistake box pack or just getting a refund. But it doesn't further change the pulls over here. All right, pack number 2 for Winston. Oh, Diggersby, Vanillix, and Delcatty. And pack number 3, Cinderace, Purloin. That's pretty cold, man. Careful in those wigged packs. There's a cold box. You don't want to open up cold packs, only hot packs. I already have a pack out for grading, so I wanted to take a shot at it. Oh, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Oops, gotta drop that. Mr. Winston. Sorry about that, Winston. That was pretty cold. Mister, would you consider me a trader if I sold my packs? Yes. Woo. Next up, we got Morgan John. Morgan John says 15 champions path. Whoa, that's a big order. Do we have 15 right here? We might have 15 right here. Or 5, I mean, not 15, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 here, and I'll be right back. I gotta go get 10 more. Holy moly. We've got a sealed, beautiful box of Champions Path. Guaranteed hot pull. Hold on. I grabbed Bryce's bag there. Put that back. someone robbed Biden for them stimmies early. There's the other 10. Here's your well-deserved Charizard. I had to get a huge box behind me on the floor over there and have that be like a second trash can. Biden invested those stimmies into bombs in Syria. I know. He gets into presidency, immediately goes back to bombing Syria. Not exactly the press release he would want. Maybe he had to, guys. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, by the way. So maybe it was just a situation where that was what the United States had to do. Who knows? Donald Trump might have done the same thing. Maybe the Iranians were testing to see if the Biden administration would be pussyfooted in the Middle East. You don't know. Just the military doing what the military does. I guess it's fair to remind you that we mostly got into the Middle East, remember, because of George W. Bush going to go after weapons of mass destruction. Remember that? We had the World Trade Towers collapsed after a terrorist attack. Some people don't even believe it was a terrorist attack, but I believe that's conspiracy. I think it was. But we believe, in the future, we believe the terrorist attack was probably sponsored by none other than Saudi Arabia. So anyways, we decide we're going to invade Afghanistan because we don't like Saddam Hussein, right? He's a dictator and all. But it turns out the Bush family has these lucrative arms deals that they're invested in. So if America could just go to war, the Bush family, and I believe also the Clinton family, would just get wealthy off of going to war. So it's absolutely ridiculous. We go into a totally unrelated country because they got weapons of mass destruction. That's what we're told. And they're a danger. And it was the dumbest thing ever. And his own brother, Jeb Bush, when he ran for election, said, knowing what we know today, I would not have gone into the Middle East. That's what he said. Remember that? And so we go over there. A bunch of Americans die, by the way. We won. We crushed that area, but a bunch of Americans die, by the way, in terrible ways, or they get, mutilated. We spend trillions of dollars on that. We totally wrecked the lives of the people over there. And now we're still stuck in the Middle East because there's this power vacuum that forms. You had you had all these terrorist groups rise up. You had that really bad one. I don't even remember their name. What was that really bad terrorist group that rose up in the last years of the Obama administration? I don't remember. They were called something. Here we go. Let's pull a Charizard. ISIS. Yeah, ISIS rose up. ISIS rose up because there's a power vacuum in the Middle East. And you had the Muslim Brotherhood and you have, what's his name? I haven't had to talk about this stuff in so long because it's been a while. Bashar, is that his name? Suspicious Food Tin. I can't remember everyone's name. But the point is, it all kind of started under George W. Bush, and he's a Republican. He's a Republican. And then I really didn't like how Obama handled the Middle East either. Oh, it's Dreadnought. Woo! I was getting hyped for you. I thought it was going to be the VMAX Charizard. It is Dreadnought. But that's not too bad. You got Suspicious Food Tin and Dreadnought. Very nice. Assad. Is it Bashar al-Assad? I think that's what it is. I think that's his full name. And, yeah, so it's just a huge shit show over there. Really terrible. And it wasn't just the United States, too. It was also Europe as well. I remember because Russia was saying something. I totally remember this in the news. Putin comes out and he says, you can't export American democracy to the Middle East. It just isn't going to work. And, everyone was like, oh, Putin trying to undermine American democracy. And he was absolutely right. You just can't force another country to suddenly become, Western culture, Western democracy. It just didn't work. And you had all of these uprisings for both people in the Middle East who wanted progressives, but also there was a lot of uprisings for people who wanted to return to more traditional Islam. So you had uprisings for both of those things. And it turned into a civil war into Syria and a struggle for power. And so Syria's wrecked. You have the massive migration out of the Middle East into Europe because of all this. Tons of people die. We believe that Assad used bioweapons on his own people. He probably did. There's no rules when you're in power. We like to think that there's rules, but there's no real rules. He probably did use those, which makes me just feel absolutely horrible for the people. Mass migration triggers all around the Middle East because it's just been so ravaged by wars over the last, like, what would it be, like 20 years or something? It's like 20 years of war, nonstop destruction. You can't invest in things when you're at war. You can't build things when you're at war. Absolutely terrible. Makes me very unhappy. Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Actually, there was a firefighter. I remember back when I was reading about those conspiracies, this was years and years ago. There was an actual firefighter, and he was explaining how that statement doesn't actually add up. I wish I could remember his argument. It was so smart, and I've forgotten it. Hitler did 9/11, 9/11. What? Maybe, but the terrorists will get shot or deported or extermination camps. We have a history of being good to that here in Europe. Oh, yeah. There's all these terrorist attacks in Europe now. It's really terrible. France had like 2 beheadings, just like, what was that, like 3 or 4 months ago? I don't remember how long ago it was. The Notre Dame Cathedral mysteriously set on fire. Oh, it was a construction accident. It's like, yeah, okay, but also in the last 2 months, there were like 9 other cathedrals that had been attempted to have been set on fire. I don't know if you guys followed that news. There were like 9 other cathedrals where there was an attempt at arson. And then the Cathedral Notre Dame burns down, and they say, oh, it was a construction accident. Because they don't want a riot, probably. They don't want, they don't want people to freak out and get super angry. All right, Mr. Morgan John, let me find your bag. Notre Dame burns. That's so sad. It's such a beautiful building. Actually, that's something I talked about in another stream. It made me sad. It makes me sad that we don't build buildings like Notre Dame anymore. We build skyscrapers. Those are great. I like skyscrapers. I got nothing against them. But I wish we still built like fantastic buildings of culture and art. We don't really do that anymore. We just build buildings for profit now. It makes me sad. Shouldn't be that way. The German guy who tried to shoot up a synagogue. Yeah, there's all kinds of violence like that, and it makes me. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. The whole thing, all the war in the Middle East, that frustrates me a lot. You had Muammar Gaddafi. Why did we have to kill Muammar Gaddafi? Why did that have to happen? I don't understand. What was the reasoning behind Muammar Gaddafi being assassinated? I don't know. It makes no sense. And then you got like North Korea. They want to build a nuclear bomb. No wonder they want a long-range nuclear bomb. All they have to do is see what the United States did in the Middle East and go, oh, that could be us. If the United States doesn't like us enough, that could be us. And it's like, yeah, of course they're going to build up their military and build up their nuclear arsenal. If you just watch and see what the West does, why wouldn't you? You're a sitting duck if you don't. Not that I'm a big fan of North Korea. I'm not a fan of North Korea. I do believe in free market capitalism and, the people should have a democratic and prosperous lifestyle. But I don't truly know anything about North Korea. I don't think the lifestyle there is so great. I think Kim, he's got a pretty good lifestyle. You can tell he's a little chubby cheeks, a little bit. Ricky Longshaw's next. He says, let's go another 4 customs. Gaddafi was making a gold-backed currency instead of a U.S. dollar-based currency. Yeah, I mean, that sounds a little bit like conspiracy, but you never know. You never know. Like, why did we go into Afghanistan? It almost seems like we went into Afghanistan to make the Bush family wealthy. So it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Why did Muammar Gaddafi have to die? Pidgeotto, all right. Oh, what's this? Oh, look, PSA 10, SV59. Oh, man. It's a good thing you grabbed that. That'd have been tough if you had missed it. I thought you were going to miss it. Yeah, the U.S. and the West says, let's kill Muammar Gaddafi and trigger a civil war in Syria. They're not conspiracy, mister. It's all true. God, man, crazy. All right. Woo! Mewtwo from Hidden Fates, a very beautiful card. All right. PSA 10 Mewtwo. You guys have noticed there were quite a few cards in the box at that time. Quite a few custom cards in order to reach the Mewtwo. Very nice. And that's nearly a $400 card. Yeah, it's awful. It's so awful. And I think we can pretty confidently say George Bush was terrible in the Middle East. Obama was not much better. The nicest thing I could possibly say about Donald Trump is we did not have any more wars in the Middle East, and that's fantastic. We didn't have any escalation of war or anything like that, in my opinion. Oh, I remember now. Part of the problem was Obama ran off of a promise that he would withdraw troops from the Middle East. And when he did, ISIS was able to form and have a large enough of a military that they just went around like a wrecking ball and they had nothing to deter them. That was part of it. So he withdrew troops too early. That was part of it. The Middle East wasn't stable enough for something like that to happen so soon. How does that song go again? It's all about the money, money, money. Obama was worse. They called George W. Bush a warmonger, but Obama was 10 times worse. Well, he began the aerial bombings with drones, which actually seems kind of, when you think about it from a military point of view, it seems kind of smart. But then the drones just kept killing civilians. The drones would kill doctors with no borders. The drones would kill civilians. It was just so terrible. And he sent so many drone attacks. When you look it over, you're like, holy. This guy was not going easy at all. He withdrew troops. We kill Muammar Gaddafi. The president of Egypt he gives up and he gets like hung, doesn't he? I think he gets hung. He gets put on trial and killed, I thought. The president of Egypt. There was that big, remember there was the big, what was it? It was a big, what's the word? Not riot. It was kind of like a riot. Protest? I guess it would be protest, right? Massive protest in Egypt. And the sitting president in Egypt, he resigns. He actually gives in. He says, okay, I won't do it. And that works out terribly for him. He is put into jail immediately. The president of Egypt right now is a dictator. He wasn't democratically elected. Exactly. Well, what happened was then the people vote for a Muslim Brotherhood guy. And then the Egyptian military says, nah, that's not going to happen. So the Egyptian military places their own guy in there. And exactly, the new guy is more of a dictator than a democratically elected president. And the old president got screwed up the pooch. And, I bet when Assad saw that, he's like, that's not going to be me. So when they had their civilian protest, he sent people up on buildings and shot down into the crowd. And that's how the whole civil uprising, that's how the whole Civil War began. And we thought with the Civil War that it was going to be easy. So we actually sent a bunch of American weapons to the Middle East to help the rebels overthrow the evil dictator tyrants. And the dictator tyrant Assad, he just runs off to Russia. Russia totally protects him. And it never works. We never overthrow him. He's still in power today. He's never overthrown by the people. Tons of people die. Tons of people die in horrible ways. The country of Syria is wasted. So much economic loss because of that. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me sad. Just talking about it makes me sad. Remembering it makes me sad. There's so much to remember. There's probably so many dudes out there that are just dead or permanently displaced. And I feel like the West is not completely responsible, but is responsible in large ways. All right, who's next? Talk. We're talking foreign politics, foreign policy. After Ricky Longshaw, we have Mr. Jansen, who says, a third wig for the night. You got it, Mr. Jansen. Whoop. Stackataka. Hollow Stackataka. The shocking amount of money we spent blowing up all those bombs, shipping all those weapons that would end up in the hands of ISIS anyways. That was part of it, by the way. The rebels in Syria, when they lost, what did they do? They joined ISIS. That's what happened. So you had this horrible civil war in Syria, and Assad is holding on to power. So all these rebels just kind of flee. They got nowhere to go. They've been fighting for years. They got American guns, and they join ISIS. That's what happens. ISIS forms. And ISIS, they basically go around committing genocide on anyone who doesn't agree with their, sort of, what's the word? Extremist version of Islam, or what's the word? I can't think of the word. Well, anyways, yeah, it was so terrible. They did so much damage over there. Alex Veneration, he says 2 more large customs. You got it, Mr. Alex. Oh, wow, this is really heavy. What is this? Oh, that's really heavy because it's all the custom cards. Holy moly. Radical, that's the word I was looking for. Correct, radical. Alex, this is kind of funny because it looks like you already had the metal custom cards. Whoa, you got an extra one. You can give it to your friend now. Wow, your bag's really heavy. By the way, Mr. Alex, you can get $2 live shipping. So that was pack number 1. Pack number 2 is another Alakazam. You got 2 Alakazams as well. He says, I have so many now. So what you were getting there, you were getting all 5 of the custom cards. I thought I'd just be generous with the custom cards. America sends guns to militants that run and ditch the supplies the moment the one shot goes off. Yeah, and it's American guns reach the Middle East all kinds of ways. It's not just like we don't sell guns directly to terrorists, but we sell them to our friends all over the world, and then our friends sell them to their friends all over the world. And eventually it turns out their friends are not that good. They're a little bit more shady. And so the friends of our friends sell them to whoever will buy them. And North Korea is selling guns because North Korea is kind of forced to sell stuff like that. We sanction North Korea because we hate them so much. And then North Korea, they have to make all the money in criminal ways. So what do? They sell guns. They sell all kinds of military, not just guns, but just all kinds of military warfare items all over the world. Anyone who will buy it, they have no rules at all. So it's so shitty, man. Awful. America interventionism. It's been so good. Marvin Leon, 1 custom. It's been so good. Money well spent, I would say. Americans here at home can't afford health insurance, but at least we sold a lot of guns to the Middle East. At least we completely destroyed the lives of a lot of people in the Middle East and forced them into a situation where they're migrating all over the world to places they might not even want to live, but their homes completely destroyed. Awesome. Is Europe going to be blown to pieces just like World War I and II? No, probably not. I don't think anything like that will happen. I think the world will stay mostly peaceful. I say mostly. I think that places like China and Russia and the United States and Europe, I don't think anyone really wants a real World War III. I think mostly what you'll see is transfers of wealth. You'll see that occur. So America will become poor. China will become wealthy. Transfers of wealth are kind of like the new warfare. And do I think America will lose? Yeah. I think the Chinese want to win more than we do. I think Americans are like, I don't want to go to work. I hate rich people and stuff like that, They don't aspire to be wealthy. They just kind of hate on the wealthy. So it's just the wrong attitude. And the wealthy are going to move wherever the wealthy want to move. I thought you had a bag. Oh, we just shipped you tonight. There we go. New bag. Mr. Marvin, the Chinese are willing to sacrifice more. Maybe. If you don't pay attention to your own politics and your own being in it, then you're actually something special. Mostly peaceful, mushroom cloud in the distance. It's mostly peaceful. Mostly peaceful protest. Starts with education. Well, and I agree with that. And education has been a topic that I've ranted about a lot over here. And remember, I was talking about how angry high school and everything makes me. American public education. It doesn't teach you how to build wealth. American public education teaches you how to be a cash flow asset for the government and for the corporations, right? It teaches you how to be a worker for the corporations, and it teaches you how to go into debt for the government and the banks. You pull out a house loan, you pay interest on the house loan. You pull out a student loan, you pay interest to the government on the student loan. You go to work, the job you get, you take all of your money, the government taxes you on your income. By the way, if you didn't know this, paying income tax, that's the worst kind of taxes to pay. So the American worker pays the most taxes, not the corporation. The corporation, the huge investors in the corporations pay the least amount of taxes. because that's how the system's designed, by the way, because it causes economic growth, I suppose. But, you know, they're like harvesting us, basically. And you take all your money and you buy Starbucks, you know, and Starbucks is totally unnecessary. You don't need any Starbucks, but you buy Starbucks and Starbucks gets wealthy and, you know, and the cycle continues. And then you get old and you need to have a bunch of babies so that your babies can be cash flow harvested as well. And they don't really teach you any of that in school. You have to figure it out later. But the good news is places like here where we're talking together, like the internet, is spreading this information so fast. People are figuring out this is how it works really quickly, and they don't like it. So that's the good news. The technology is helping us understand the world a lot faster. God King Lunar says he wants 2 wigged packs. You got it, God King Lunar. Pack number 1. Vigavolt. Pack number 2. Shuppet. All right, that's a round of vintage. I'm going to slide this in here. The internet's helping us figure the world out a lot faster. Here's Vigavolt. No one talks about China's artificial islands, and now they're trying to create an artificial moon. I want an artificial moon. Let's see. Yes, China created artificial islands in the ocean for military strategic advantages, and especially in order to control parts of the ocean that are really important. Kim has given the order, if he dies, they are to let loose every WOMD at America. They're always saying something like that, though. I don't know if they really will. Maybe they will. Mr. Winston says 3 more wigged packs. Here you go, Mr. Winston. Pack number 1. We've got vintage. Pack number 2. Ooh, Umbreon GX. Nice. And pack number 3. A round of rares. Guys are suddenly going very deep on the vintage packs. It's kind of scaring me. Only thing that will kill Kim is his diet. Yeah, man, he smokes too. How's that guy gonna last? Here you go, Mr. Winston. How is that guy going to last? He smokes too. Totally out of shape. I think he eats super unhealthy, and then I think he smokes. There's no way that guy lives for a long time. All right, next up we have Javier. What's up, Javier? He says, 1 Shining Fates. You got it, mister. Team Yell. I'm sorry, mister. That was a cold, Shining Fates this time. And you would be up top. Everyone is getting their taxes back. What? China would have to do that operation. Doing a Rockefeller Kenne non-stop transplants. Haha, deep talks. But my main question is, are you going to get on the new Digimon? I don't know. I think your money's better spent on Pokemons. We may be getting into Dragon Ball Z and Final Fantasy, but that's down the road, and we're definitely getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is going to be a thing on this channel. All right, I need some more Champions Path, and actually, I need to take a bathroom break. I'll be right back, guys. Give me like 1 minute. Kitty, what are you all about? All right, fresh case of Champion's Path with guaranteed Charizards. Whew. Sorry, that took a while. It's so late. We still have so many people watching. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think over time, I lost more and more faith in the government. I think that's what happened for me. Watching all the stuff that happened over time. Remember in 2008, at the end of the Bush presidency, we had that economic collapse in our own country. That was pretty terrible. I was real young when that happened, but how old was I? Was I like 18? I was like 18 when that happened. I was like, so this is a thing, huh? Okay, one custom booster for Mr. Luis Rodriguez. Dupiter. Government sold out to foreign countries. Pretty obvious. The bailouts. That's right. They did huge bailouts for the banks and for these gigantic corporations that were deemed too large to fail. And basically now the corporations know when they gamble with your money and they do poorly by gambling, that's okay because the government will make sure they don't fail. That's really, really, really bad. And the Democrats themselves were criticizing that. And I was like, yeah, that was a terrible decision. I don't know why you decided to do that. They pinned the left against the right. I have to agree with that. And the news media is really also partially responsible for that. No matter how you look at it. Even if you're tired of hearing people say stuff like that. Oh, it's the news media. It is kind of true, though. I'm probably going to do a big order tomorrow. Sounds good, mister. Here's Zygarde. Well, let me just mention, tomorrow there won't be a lunch stream. It'll be another day off for me. So we'll probably just have a late night stream like this one. Oof. Mr. Luis Rodriguez, just cold pulls there. How was my night so far? Pretty good. We're having a nice conversation. Typical dipping into politics for me, I guess. I eventually dip into it. I always end up talking about it somehow. Topic is such great interest. It's so easy to talk about because you could just sit here and be mad about it. You don't even have to pick a side. It was so terrible. You don't even have to pick a side. Mom, Biden bombed Syria now. He's coming for the Pokies. We're talking about Pelosi. Nancy. I want to have a glass of wine with Nancy. Pick her brain. People are sleeping on Digimon. It's a bigger franchise than Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gis. I already got my G-spot. What? So next up, we've got Mr. Giovanni Bonaire. Giovanni Bonaire says, 2 Shining Fate Snipes, mister. I have a bag. All right. Here we go. Sneep. Mr. Giovanni. I love how you jump into politics, but you don't pick sides. Frostmoth and Volcanion. Well, I do kind of pick a side. I'm on the side of keeping taxes low. I like low taxes, especially for me. Keep the taxes low. High taxes do not fix any problems. High taxes takes the money out of the group, one hands group. You know, you got like maybe these elitist businessmen, but they actually earn the money, by the way. They put together corporations. They're actually useful people. Like Jeff Bezos, you hate him, but he's kind of useful. And then it puts it into the hands of a bunch of useless people who put the country into trillions of dollars of debt, and they seem to make terrible decisions like 90% of the time. So that's what happens with taxes. It doesn't really fix anything. I don't like the government having more money because the government tends to not make good choices. All right, Giovanni, you know what we need? We're going to need more of your money. Well, what happened to all the money you already took? Oh, that? We just spent it on all kinds of shit and put us into trillions of dollars of debt because they keep raising the debt ceiling. You know what? We need more debt. Let's just raise the debt ceiling. What? Why even call it a debt ceiling? If you can just raise it, it's not really a ceiling at all, is it? It's not a ceiling if you can raise it. We'll raise the debt ceiling. It's fine. Democrats and Republicans finally coming together to shake hands and raise the debt ceiling. Incredible. One thing they can agree on, putting America into more debt. Ricky Longshaw, what's up, Ricky? He says, live international shipping, please. I have maybe a few slabs. Sounds good. Let's figure this out. I tell you what, Ricky. Ricky, be sure on Discord that you've filled out your address completely, okay? In the little form. Remember, I send a form to everyone. So send me a message on Discord. I'm going to save your live shipping for after the live stream, if you don't mind. I can go looking for your slaps, though, right now, if that makes you a little more comfortable. I'll get all your slaps together. We're going to need more money. Oh, really? What did you do with all the money you had? Well, we're like a teenage girl with mom and dad's credit card, except the credit card is you. If we could just have more money, we could fix everything. That sounds like somebody who's drunk on money. They got a spending problem. No. We're just going to need to tax you more. Okay. God, man. And we just bend over and take it. We're just like, yeah, tax us more. We want to be taxed more. Tax the wealthy. Kitty, I want to tax the wealthy. And I want a Lamborghini. Wow, Rick, you really got a lot of cars here. All right. Frogadier, Eevee, Dark Electrode, Giovanni's Gyarados, and Mewtwo. So this is a pretty important. CS Man says, remember the 2K scammer? He also destroyed my rep, stole my favorite Pokemon card, and made all his followers angry at me. Wow. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's awful, man. Scammed you. And then probably claiming that you're lying or something like that. Man, that sounds very scummy. Yes, so Ricky Longshaw, if you've already filled out that form on Discord, all you got to do is send me a brief message, be like, bump, right? And this will get your Discord profile bumped into my messages. That's all I need. And then I'll be ready to make you a very good label. We'll have to pack that box up so careful because that's such a good one. Yeah, that sounds awful, CS-Man. Awful. All right, let me go ahead and get some more I'm not PSA slabs. Some more penny sleeves. I don't think I have more penny sleeves. Have a good night. You have a good night, Mr. Eric. Next up, we have Alex Veneration. He says, one last large custom booster and live shipping for Alex. You got it, Alex. One more. Boop. Oh, Alex. PSA 9, number 27. There you go, Alex. Very good luck for Mr. Alex. Whoop. So this is Pokemon Expedition from 2002. It's from the e-reader series, and it's a reverse holo Skarmory 9. Skarmory, of course, is a rare card in this collection. So really nice, man. That's a vintage WotC card. Oh man, this bag is heavy. The app won't let me do it. I think I have to do it on my laptop. What are you talking about? Mister, the government spends money like his daddy's credit card with no limit. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. They're like a teenager with a credit card, and they act like we can just go into debt for everything. And I feel like Americans go along with it. I feel like Americans, there's not everybody. I think there's a lot of Americans who are quite good with their money, but I think there's enough poor Americans who are very bad with money. And they just go, yeah, we can go into infinite debt. Why don't we just print more money? Problem solved. What could go wrong? Like, they have no concept of anything. And maybe that would explain why they struggle in the first place, why they're not wealthier in the first place. I hope I get a lot of good stuff. Gonna open 72 McDonald's. Oh, or do you mean, okay, yeah, that sounds cool, man. The General Mills and the McDonald's packs. Okay, so who are we shipping this for? I already forgot. Alex Federation. I forgot to print the label. Let's start there. I forgot which president took us off the... Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard. Richard Nixon took us off the gold standard. I believe what was going on is we were being used as the reserve currency around the world, but the U.S. dollar was backed by gold. So countries were like, okay, we'll use the U.S. dollar as the reserve currency in order to do trades amongst countries. And that was great. But then they started calling in the gold. They're like, all right, well, we don't want these U.S. dollars anymore. We want gold. And that's because they believed the United States had kind of cheated. They thought, well, I don't think you guys really have the gold to back up the dollar. So there was kind of a scare, and all these countries started calling in the gold. And it turned out the U.S. didn't have the gold. We were faking it. So in order to save face, Richard Nixon says, oh no, they're calling in all the gold. We're going to take all the gold. We're going to confiscate all the gold from Americans. That actually happened. They took gold from Americans. They forced you to buy it. It was illegal to have gold. And then they took us off the gold standard anyways. They just said, all right, the dollar's no longer connected to gold. Terrible, man. And that's because the government wanted to put us into debt. The government wanted to spend more than it had. And that was the only way to get away with doing that. All right, enough history. It's a subject that I'm very, very interested in. The United States decided it didn't want to have to back up the U.S. dollar with gold. It's like, well, can't we just print as much money as we want and have as much debt as we want? All right, we got the label. Let me go get the live shipping done. Can't we just have as much as we want? Who's going to stop us? I'm ready for my Pokey Stimmies. That's all I care about in the end. Where's my Pokey Stimmies? I'm backed by Pokemon cards. I'm on the Pokemon standard. America's like, I know we promised you gold for U.S. dollars, but we're going to renege on that deal. We were just saying that. Wow, man. And America enjoyed so many like trade advantages by having the U.S. dollar be the world's reserve currency. It's ridiculous. All right, there we go. Whew. Alex, you're live shipped. Next up, we have Giovanni Bonaire, who says, 2 customs, mister. Wow. You got it, Giovanni. Pack number 1. Oh, what do we have here? A little pack of cards, huh? 1, 2. Alakazam. Amazing how being curious can be interpreted. I can't wait till I have 3 bags on the table. What? What are you talking about? Pokecoin is backed by the Charizard. Invest with confidence. Every Pokecoin can be exchanged for 1 Charizard. Guaranteed. I had 5 bags once on the table. You got a bunch of bags sitting in a ETB right now. I got it set to the side. It's got all your stuff in there. Yeah, you have an awful lot. We ought to start shipping it off to you because I prefer to do smaller shipments with fewer cards in it to reduce the risk of losing those cards. You see what I'm saying? So if we ship you, like, let's say a box worth a couple $1,000, if they were to lose that box in shipping for any reason, you would lose the whole thing. So it's better to do smaller pieces even if it costs more. Smarter. Next up, we have Mr. Winston. Hello, Winston. Last wig pack for the night. You got it, Mr. Winston. So this pack is actually 2 tag teams. All right. 2 tag team boosters for Mr. Winston. See, he just takes your money and leaves you abused with no acknowledgement. True commie. Mr. Winston. We should seize the means of Poke production. We're going to seize the printers, kitty. What do we got? We've got Mewtwo and Mew. Boop. And on pack number 2, oh my God. Pikachu Zekrom Gold. I'm telling you guys, these freaking tag team boxes are insanely good. So, Mr. Winston, you went so deep tonight, and in the end, you did all right. Very nice card. Might be a $1,000 card. Maybe that's an exaggeration. I would say the value of this card should at least be 500, at least 500, but it could be as high as 1,000 because I've seen the gold cards go that high. Very nice. And we're talking about a graded 10, okay? Just to be clear, we're not talking about the raw card. The raw card would go for probably significantly less, but after it's done grading, it could be up to $1,000. Woo! Very sexy. I don't have that one. You sell it to me, man. I need the Zekrom. The Charizard 1.5, so that's pretty realistic. All right, congratulations to Winston. He said last wig pack of the night. That was a lucky last wig pack. Holy. Still didn't notice my super chat. Hold on, let's see. He is lying, just wants you to vote for Putin. That's right, vote for Putin. A vote for Putin is a vote for Putin. Vladimir Putin's got some, definitely got some admirers. But I hear he's not very popular with young people in Russia right now. All right, Mr. Jared McCleary's next. Jared McCleary says, Mister, if I were to send a card in at $100 price and then some other orders to the same box at a lower price, do you think they'd be graded and sent back altogether, or would they just send the one back fast? Jared, I don't really know what you mean by that. You got me confused. If I were to send a card in at the $100 price and then some other orders in the same box at a lower price, do you think they'd be graded and sent back together? I guess. Probably. Okay, let me refresh. No more orders, by the way, guys. We're getting to the 3-hour point, so we're going to start wrapping up the stream at this point. We had a full live stream. I thought it was going to be kind of a slow live stream with no orders, but in the end, people really picked up about halfway through. I'm impressed. So that was Winston, and that was Jared, and we got no more orders, so we're already caught up. CS-Man says, well, what are we going to do with my 120 card PSA submission? That will definitely be a problem. 120 boxes to ship. No, it won't be 120 boxes to ship. But what I will want to do is send it back to you in pieces very carefully. I won't want to ship all 120 cards back when it's done grading. I guess we could. We could try to do that. If we did that, maybe what we could do is order like the most expensive shipping possible, like the fastest, most expensive shipping. And I bet if we did that, that would reduce the odds that the box sits around, it gets tossed around a warehouse. So maybe that would be the best strategy, but I'm just not 100% sure. Or maybe what I could do is pack it up insanely well, like 5 boxes deep. That might be a strategy. Maybe what we'll do is like super boxing on it, and I'll get you a price when it's all packed up. It'll be really, really, and maybe it could be 1 box, but it's like 5 boxes all packed up into one. Who knows? You showed me that box earlier. Remember the box you showed me early? That was double boxed. There was the ETB, which is actually pretty strong. ETBs are tough. They're not like regular cardboard. And then also the priority mail box. And you're showing me that whole. He got a damaged box from me, by the way. CS-Man did. And it looked like some kind of pole had just stabbed right through the box. I was shocked. I was like, that's double boxed. And it still didn't save the card. So that was really disappointing to see. And so you've seen it yourself, CS-Man. So whatever we do, if you're sending me a really large, expensive order, we got to find a way to really actually protect it. Okay, let's see. Oh, Winston's asking about this card. So Winston, if you'd like to express it, Express is the shortest wait time and it's 130. If you're looking for the cheaper option, Tier 2 is the cheaper option. So there's Tier 2 and that's 65, okay? But you wait longer. After Leonhardt lost his Zard in the mail, everything I ship is registered. Someone is responsible for it every step of the way. Just put a condom on it and you'll be good. It's 99% effective. They Pokeboxes on purpose also to look for drugs. I think it means they open Pokeboxes. The trick is to pay for 100 plus PSA grading, then pay the minimum. Stand Dancer, TCC, when is your next PSA lot going out? I did some grading today for myself because I, like many other people, I'm concerned about what PSA might do with their next price change. Under new management, maybe they'll bring it up by a lot. But the next PSA submission is supposed to be done 2 weeks after the last submission. And so that's what I'm expecting. Actually, we're probably going to be working on the CGC submission soon. Okay, I sent the money, mister, says Winston. Let's do a refresh with Mr. Winston. Kitty's just sitting back here staring. You guys want to see Kitty? She's just been sitting there the whole time watching us. Kitty, you're creeping me out. I think Kitty's possessed. They Pokeboxes looking for drugs. That's right, I stored all my drugs in a Pokebox. So we get Mr. Winston, who wants to send him tier 2. All right, sounds good. Mister, what's your favorite Sun and Moon set? My favorite Sun and Moon set. My favorite Sun and Moon set. Good question. Cosmic Eclipse and Tag Team. Those are my 2 favorite. I used to mail pounds to Minnesota, and they penetrate at random if package looks questionable. They test the tip of the spike for residues. Really? Do you think that maybe happened? Oh my God. Whoa, I wonder if they were stabbing our box to determine if there was drugs inside. Winston Meyer, P2. That would actually make a lot of sense because the box was so tough. I was really shocked to see. Chad says 100% they do it. Man, I bet that's what happened. Because think about it for a second. Really think about it. What is this, by the way? Oh, I didn't realize these were here. Really think about it for a second. It was double boxed. It was a priority mailbox, and it was an ETB on the inside. ETB is a real tough material, and those are hard to penetrate. Those are hard to actually break through. They must have stabbed it because they weren't sure if it had drugs. That actually would make a lot of sense. If they don't have time to test it, they would have just stabbed it. Was it a perfect stab with a screwdriver or something like that? Oh no, actually it wasn't with the screwdriver. It was quite large. The stab was like maybe about that thick. So that's what made me think it must have been like some large metal pole or something hitting the box real hard. It wasn't small. Maybe it would have been like this if it was a screwdriver. So Chad says exact size. Yeah, so it was about this large from the image that CS Min showed me. It was about this large. Kenny said they had to have stabbed it. Yeah. Wow. Dude, that's it. There are YouTube videos on it. Well, let me show you because it's in our conversation. Give me a second. I was confused when I saw it. I was like, that is really crazy that broke. Here it is. And let me just show you the image. All right, here's the image. Look at that. That's some hardcore destruction. That went through the priority mailbox, and then it went through the padding, and then it went through the ETB as well. Went through everything. And that's a sizable hole. And I was thinking to myself, here's the other thing that I really didn't understand about that issue. That's on the top of the ETB. That's on the top of the ETB, which is really strange. You don't really expect the box to be damaged on the top. You expect it to be damaged on the side. Because with a small box like that, you would have to set it on the bottom of the truck and then, I guess, drop a big heavy pole on top of it to cause something like that to happen, which is not impossible, by the way. But I thought it was strange. I was like, why would the box have a hole on the top? But you know, if they're standing above it and they're stabbing these boxes with a knife or with a hook, that would actually make a little bit of sense. If they were standing over it, they would stab it from the top. They wouldn't stab it from the side. He says, yeah, that's huge. They don't check for drugs like that. Okay. You ship solid as well. Either they checked or a rat got hungry. That's not a drug check stab. Oh, okay. So somebody's saying maybe that's too large. Usually to check for drugs is a small needle. Okay, so maybe it was just damage from a large metal pole. I mean, again, like I said, it's not impossible for a large pole to damage a box. I worked for UPS. All kinds of things get shipped. Like even industrial drill bits will be shipped, and they're massive. They'll weigh like 200 pounds, and you have to have 2 people pick them up. They go into a machine, and the machine does drilling for like whatever mining operation. So everything that needs to be somewhere does get shipped. So maybe it just had a massive pole dropped on it. Who knows? Big T says it could be anything. But yeah, it was terrible damage. And sadly, some of his nice cards actually got damaged by that. Winston says, I might buy some tag team boxes now. CS Smith says, if the PSA submission happens like that, we are both fucked. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, CS Man, I'll pack it up really, really well. And if you want to accept the risk on that, I'll ship it out like in one shipment, but it'll be a risk on your side because you'll have to agree. Maybe you'll have to agree like that if it gets damaged in the same way, that it'll be your loss, not my loss. But I try to guarantee that people's boxes arrive in good shape because that's important to me. I'm the one who packs it. So what I can do is I can show you the packing method. We could do like triple box, quadruple box, whatever. But for a really expensive shipment, you know, it gets scary when the shipment's really expensive like that. They don't stab the boxes. The only company that would be is USPS being a government owned, but I highly, highly doubt it. I import parts all day long, never seen that. They normally cut it open and tie it shut. Yeah, actually, I mean, I've seen boxes that are cut open before because I've received international boxes where they clearly opened everything for me to go looking for illegal substances, and they didn't find it, of course. They found Pokemon cards. So I've seen that. They just cut it open. I don't see why they would need to stab it, and they certainly wouldn't stab it in such a destructive way. I think that was a damaged box. But you guys got me all hypers over here because I thought, oh my God, were they stabbing it for testing for drugs? Yeah, you guys got me all worked up. I was like, what? Let's see. I think we're all done for the night. We're at the 3-hour mark. Thank you, everyone. He says, no one cares to Google search it. Just guess. Does PSA still allow in-person drop-in? No, they do not. We're wrapping up. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you want to do me a favor, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next live stream, okay?